White lips, pale face, breathing in snowflake, burn lungs, I'd say. Lights gone, days end, struggling to pay rent, long nights, strange men. They say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydream, and been this way since 18. But lately her bed seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries, and they scream the worst things in life come free to us, 'cause she's just under the upper hand, goes mad for a couple grand. She don't wanna go outside tonight, is in a pipe, she'll fly to the motherland and sell love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly, for angels to fly now.
Ripped gloves, raincoat, tried to swim to stay afloat. Dry house, wet clothes, loose change, banknotes, weary-eyed and dry throat. Cold girl with no phone, and they say she's in class 18, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. And they scream the worst things in life come free to us, 'cause we're just under the upper hand, go mad for a couple grand. She don't wanna go outside tonight, is in a pipe, she'll fly to the motherland, sells love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly.
Now an angel died, covered in white, with closed eyes and hoping for a better life.
This time we'll stay out tonight, straight down the line.
Straight down the line, They say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. And they scream the worst things in life come free to us, and we're all under the upper hand, go mad for a couple grand. We don't wanna go outside tonight, is in a pipe, we'll fly to the motherland and sell love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly, for angels to fly and fly, fly, for angels to fly, to fly, to fly, for angels to die.
Ho, 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 and away we go. Merry Christmas to all that celebrate Christmas. We had Christmas Eve last night on the East Coast in the United States, the US of A. But we welcome all of our international viewers around the globe. It's so good to see you. And this is a last-minute stream. Just got back from a long day of Christmas Day dinner and activities. McLovin, we'll get to that. There's no set agenda, but I do have a couple of goodies in store. And the title of the show. I was hoping GMT will jump on at some point. Maybe he will. I did not preview the show with him, but if he gets a notification like you guys, he'll likely pop on. But anyone is free to join the panel, whether you celebrate Christmas or any other, holiday, religious observance. Oh, thanks, McLovin. I appreciate that. It's good when you have an agenda, though. I like to host with some different content in mind, so I can play that. But the intro song is actually something that came up on my feed, and Ed Sheeran is certainly a watch guy, so I think it's appropriate for a watch-oriented show, which this is, and a watch-oriented audience, which we have. And again, since there was no preview of the show, I don't expect a lot of audience participation live, but you never know. It is actually after Christmas Day officially. So it is Friday, December 26th. Christmas is over. We sprint into New Year's, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. It's 12:53 a.m., so set your watches appropriately. I didn't put a link on JJ's WhatsApp, McLovin, but if anyone, I could drop a link. Let me share the link. If anyone wants to jump on. That's not the link, though, right? I think I have to cut and paste it. I'm out of practice, McLovin. This has been quite a while. Brian the Pipe coming through. Brian, I was going to say Merry Christmas, but I'm not sure. I don't think you celebrate, but it doesn't matter because we celebrate all holidays on this show. And happy Hanukkah to those that are celebrating Hanukkah festivities, which is ongoing. And Happy New Year, or happy early New Year to people as we head into the new year. So Ed Sheeran is a watch guy. John Mayer is a watch guy. John Mayer, I did not watch the interview that he had. I guess it was at that show in Dubai. What's that Dubai watch show called? By the Siddiqui family, right? The Siddiquis. What's that? That's my show link. So that's good. So if anyone wants to jump on the panel at some point, I did want to share a couple of gifts that I got for Christmas, which I thought were nice and appropriate. And they were thoughtful gifts, which is the key. Doesn't matter how expensive the gift is. Dubai Watch Week. Yeah, Vimal, how could I forget Dubai Watch Week? Oh, good. It looks like I'm going to be saved because nobody wants to hear me drone on and on solo. We have Brian.
Cap, I'm in the car. I'm driving home. Hello.
Hello. I see you. This is like
Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you very much. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to. Well, do you celebrate Christmas?
Yeah, the capitalist extravaganza of reindeer, snowmen, and Santa Claus. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Hans Wilsdorf is handling the marketing.
Yeah.
The marketing duties for Christmas. Yeah, we buy gifts for people and fight with family members, so it's all good.
It's a lot easier to gather with the family for one day than it is for 8 nights in a row.
That is true. 8 crazy nights.
Yep.
We should play the. I'm sure you've heard. Is it the Adam Sandler Hanukkah song?
Yep.
It's funny. I used to sing that at Christmas too. That's a great song. I got a couple of goodies. Let me. So, how are you doing? Where are you driving to? You driving home or out and about?
I'm driving home from Walt Disney World.
You know, I thought for a minute that we were going to get a sneak peek. This is probably wouldn't be within Disney code, but I thought you were going to be on the monorail.
No, I can't.
You can't,
I can't even take out my personal electronic devices while I'm on the clock.
Gotcha,
I have to be clocked out for a break or for a lunch.
Well, listen, union rules. You got to follow the union rules and the rules of Walt Disney Company.
Yep.
Your audio's
and you either follow them or you quit. One or the other.
That's correct. Follow the rules or men die.
Yeah, I'll be in some spotty cellular areas for the next 15 minutes, and then I'll be home, and I'll hop on from home.
Oh, terrific! Love to have you. Anyone and everyone is welcome. Subject, of course, to veto power, but that doesn't apply to you, Brian. You are welcome on the show. This show is sinking fast, but there was no warning, so I don't expect. And GMT has some people get notifications, like I guess maybe you did, but or it was dropped in a link. So I got a couple things. Let me just show real quick what I got, or a couple of things that I got, which I thought was really nice. At the very end, my niece's boyfriend, so he's trying to win everybody over. So this is the honeymoon phase. Gifted me this really nice. He's obviously, folks know, family knows I'm into watches and things like that. So I got this really nice watch roll. I mean, I have a lot. I'm sure a lot of people here collect a lot of stuff and buy a lot of stuff. So we have these. We've seen these, but it's special when you get it gifted to you. And so this one is obviously staying in the collection, and I'll use it when I travel. And it's nice and brown. Like, this is a really nice brown leather watch roll, one watch roll. What's interesting about it, I guess, do you call it a watch roll if it's a one watch? I guess you do.
Yeah, well, it's more like a single watch travel case.
A travel case. There you go. So it's not branded. So I don't know. There's no branding on it whatsoever, but it's got to be leather. He's, he knows some stuff. I think he has a couple of watches, or his dad does. It smells like leather. It is leather. I'm calling it leather, but it's really nice because I don't have one this color. I think I have a Bosphorus one that's more of a grainy leather. And so this was something that's watch related. Let me click it back in. And then all right, that's not working too well. It's broken, Brian. Where's the gift receipt? Where is the receipt? Anyway. Okay, so at some point I'll snap this back in. I'll snap. Yeah, Christmas, the season for returning. All right. That's not going to work. And then I got this bottle. I don't know if you're a Scotch guy. I think you are. Either you drink Scotch or you know about Scotch. But this is the Balvenie Double Wood.
The 12-year-old.
So it's the 12. It's the 12. It's sherry oak finished, whiskey cask matured, and then they finish it in the sherry oak. I don't know for how many years. Probably maybe a couple of years in the sherry oak, but it doesn't break it down. But I kind of like that because I like sherry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know, but when I was trying to like single malt Scotch 20 years ago, I knew that the Balvenie 12 was one of the few that I really did like, and then I found out I liked bourbon a lot more, and then I found out bourbon doesn't like me.
Yeah, I have some bourbons. Yeah, you did. There's some single malts. I tend to like the single malts that have sherry. They're sherry seasoned. Like even Macallan has finished the sherry cask. So It's a little. It's. I wouldn't say it's bourbon, but it's a little closer to bourbon, than the Lagavulins and the real peaty stuff. Ardbeg. I never had Ardbeg, and I don't really want to have it either. Merry Christmas. Let me get there's some chat folks that have appeared. Bateman, Merry Christmas, fellas. Bateman NZ, I guess he's in New Zealand. Merry Christmas, Bateman. Greg Saga, good morning. Let me pull up his comment. See, that's what we can do here. We could play YouTube content hopefully without getting struck for fair use. And we don't really care. Well, we don't want to get struck, of course, but let's see if I could pull. Okay, I pulled it up. There we go. My skills are rusty in this, Brian. Hosting a show, especially without like someone to play off of, is really tough if you're doing it alone. I have to give a lot of credit when folks do like an hour or 2 hours or however long they go. Without like pre-planning content, I would need like 5 or 6 YouTube videos to fill like 50 minutes of a 60-minute show. And I don't have that tonight. I just popped on. I said, you know what? I'm still awake. I had coffee late. I usually don't drink coffee after 3 o'clock, and I'm awake. So Greg says, good morning from the old country. Cap, how do you like the beige? England. Yeah, England, right? He's wonder if he's in London. Cap, how do you like the beige OP? Got the green OP for my AD in September. Put my name on the list for the pistachio. The green OP is really cool. I think that's obviously Rolex green, so that's a great watch. On the pistachio also one of the pastel colors. Pastel. So I'll tell you how I like the beige OP, Greg, because that's one of my topics here when it says Rolex Omega gold, and state of the collection. I wore it tonight. I wore it today, actually. I think this watch is fantastic. I'll be honest with you. At first, I got the call. I registered for it. I was shocked that I actually got a call for something that was in demand. And I think they felt bad for me because it was like 3 years since I got my root beer. And I still have it. And, I followed up. I didn't pester these guys. And I said, it's been kind of a while, right? Since I got a piece. And then I got a call. And I know a lot of people have gotten allocations of these because they have so many. The fact they have like different sizes. This is the 40. This is the 41. So they have the 36 and the 41. So they have like 4 or 5 colors that they can start calling and going through their list and registry, and folks that have waited for a while that, haven't burned the brand, or, even if they flipped watches, Rolex may never know. So I think it's not that difficult for them to start, give some OPs out to people who've waited. But I really like this. I mean, in certain lights, it's fantastic with the beige, especially now. So the light's hitting it. I'm going to show you guys. So let me take it off. So it was between. I registered for this over the pistachio because I have the green. I know it's not green. Pistachio is a totally different color, but I think they're both great. I think a pistachio is really cool. It's just different, and an OP is such an easy watch to wear, and this really goes with everything. At first, I looked at it, I thought it was Band-Aid color. I'm going to be honest. I'm like, what is this? But then I kind of got, like, if you look at this is like a cream. You could argue that this is beige-like. So it's very wearable, and it looks amazing in some lights, and then in other lights, you're scratching your head. So that's kind of the way I would phrase it. But I'm glad I have it, and I don't tend to sell any watch I get allocated from Rolex. I did do that once. for the two-tone Bumblebee, and I don't regret that at all, but I don't plan on doing that anytime soon. So I like to keep those watches because I know where they've been. I know they don't have fugazi movements. I know the service history, etc. So Andy Lewis, howdy y'all. Howdy, Andy. How are you? Thanks, McLovin. He said very nice. All right, let's see. I like pulling up the comment. There we go. See? If you like this, upvote, like, and we will pull up your comments. Greg Saga, how about the pink or lavender? Hey, Brian, so how about you? You can weigh in and feel free to like bash any color, including the beige, on the OPs. What do you think?
I have no problem with any of the colors of the OPs because I think they're fun to accessorize with. You know, for me personally, I'd never wear them because I really like the date on my watch.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that would make it tough.
Right.
Yeah. But if I had to get one, yeah, I put in for the for the bubbles when they came out with it.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously I didn't get one. So, hey, I'm going to log off and then I'm going to come back on in about 10 minutes from my desk.
Okay. Sounds good. I feel like I have to salute you. You're in full uniform. Are you in full uniform?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I just got off
This
work.
is special. Look at that.
Yeah.
This show gives you value for money. Where else could you get that?
Like, where else do you get
Look
to
at
be a
that.
monorail pilot after work? So.
That's
All right,
official.
I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Scotty, let's pull him up. So the pink or the lavender, I wanted to get Brian's take on the colors, and maybe when he comes back, I'll drill down a little bit on the colors. So I think pink, listen, I rock pink. You could rock pink like a pink polo shirt for work. I'm not opposed to that, or a pink dress shirt. Pink is, pink used to be, when we're wearing suits to work, there was quite a few folks that would wear pink, investment banking or finance or traders. So pink watches a little bit different. I think for the ladies, I wouldn't get it. I don't think it's it's obviously not a masculine color, but listen, you have to be comfortable in your own skin to pull off pink. So that in itself, I like the fact if you rock a pink, that says something in and of itself about you, and that you're comfortable and you don't give a flying what about what anyone else thinks. And women are going to like the pink on men. So if you're trying to attract women, listen, if you're in a relationship or married, you may not want to attract women with the watch, but I think you'll get a lot of compliments with a pink watch or a lot of curiosity, and then you'll have some folks on the other side, men, saying, "How could you wear a pink watch?" Right? So I would avoid pink. I think the lavender is cool. Lavender is a very cool color. I think it's summer color. I'm not sure. These are tough to wear with other different outfits. Jeans and a nice colored T-shirt. The beige goes with everything, and I think pistachio to me is more summer, but it's pastel. So what's cool about these? I mean, you could swap out the dials if you got a period correct any of the colors. And you were able to source a dial from Rolex, or not from Rolex, but because you could probably swap the dials at some point, and they probably would let you do that. But maybe not right away. It might take a year or so, and they might discontinue these. Who knows how long they're going to stay with these colors? But that's something that I thought about. Like, hey, I went back and forth with the beige and or the, pistachio. And so if, these gray dealers and gray markets are going to have, and again, authentic Rolex dials, I wouldn't want to have a a a knockoff or uh, a fake dial. I don't think I wouldn't feel comfortable swapping with those, even though those are easily with 3D printing and with the the level of fakes out there, the standards that they can do these fake watches. I'm sure that they can do a dial that would almost be indistinguishable, but I'm not doing that. Why would I want to wear a watch knowing that I have a Rolex, but the dial is like not a is like a fake. It's from let's say it's from a Chinese factory or something like that. It just would I would know that, so that I wouldn't be comfortable with that. So another one, actually, the blue pastel I think is a great color too. I think if you want a one and done, you get the green, you get the black, or that pastel blue is going to go with a lot. I think the beige goes with a lot, but I think a pastel blue color or a blue dial like they had in the old ones. Like I wouldn't get like a grape. Grape is a nice color, but not for a one and done. But I think that pastel blue is also sweet. Let's see who else we have in the chat here. We have Shadi. I think I said Merry Christmas and hello to our good friend Shot. Shot's a legend. He's been around for a long time. So appreciate him supporting the GMT show, which I did a hostile takeover of the GMT show. I'm trying to think because, it may come to me. I was thinking about some other context where there was a hostile takeover. Okay, let's get to keep your comments coming, guys. Any topic is, it doesn't have to be watch related, but if you have any watch topics you want us to cover or things you want us to pull up in content, we are not bound by any rules. I can pull up anything on YouTube, as long as it's not going to get me in trouble. We can pull it up. Greg Saga says, Maya D thought the pink was for the 30-year-old big guy with tattoos. And the pistachio was for an old guy like me. 30-year-old big guy with tattoos. I don't think he'd be rocking the pink. And pistachio. Now, I think pistachio, I don't know. Pistachio just got all of the attention early on. And there's so much groupthink in this space that, once people started going pistachio, it's like people started not talking about. I mean, they did talk about the beige, to be fair. Ben Clymer has the beige. I think he has 36. And I think he thinks, and other folks have said that they think the 36 OP is the way to go. But it's going to be smallish on a larger wrist. So while I like the 36 OP, and I think it's great, it might look small on my wrist. I could wear small watches, but this 41 just I keep saying 41. I think it's 41. I hope it's not 40, because then I gave everybody misinformation. I don't like to do that. So in any event, yeah, I don't agree with that. I think, like I said, I don't really know about the pink. I'm not. Maybe in the summer you could wear the pink, but I don't know. It's not going to be easy to pair with anything. Pistachio, I think you can. All right, so we covered the Rolex OP, and that's what I wore yesterday. I wore for Christmas Eve. I had the Pepsi, which I think is a Christmas watch, with the blue and the red, more so the red. We're waiting for Brian the Pipe to pipe in. Get it? Pipe in. GMT is nowhere to be found, but he's probably sleeping off Christmas. But in Darwin, he's 12 hours, I think 12 hours ahead. So this is his day after Christmas unless he's working, but I would think he may have the day off. So I'm going to hit him with the chat here and just say, hey, I took over your channel. Get on. So I'm sure if he's available, he would, but let me just let him know. Hey, GMT, I am live on your channel. Now, please jump on. Okay, there we go. So let's see if he sees that. And if he's available, I'm sure he will. Okay, so I guess nobody posted the link in the Hangout. We have a European friends wake who are up. We have our Australian friends who are awake. Yeah, actually in Europe, what do we have? Usually like a 6-hour time difference or so. So it might be 7 a.m. It's still early. Okay, Greg, it's you and me. No one else is chatting, so let's have a one-on-one. Let's see. I want to go full screen on my screen, but the chats, and then have the chats come up also. Full screen, private chat. I don't want private chat. I want to see. No, can't do it. Can't do it. Okay. I think Rolex gold and Opatex are way too expensive. So we'll get to gold in the next segment, because I have an interesting, and I'm going to show my collection. I was interested, and I'm not going to go crazy like piece by piece. It'll take too long, and you guys, it's going to bore you if I go too long. But I'm looking to get an all gold piece. Let's just say it. So let's just get this out of the way. Gold. I know JJ went gold. He's ahead of the curve. He's spot on. He's in a good place with gold. You know, the price of gold has been going through the roof. And I don't have a gold piece because I got rid of my day date 18238. And I got a great price from Peter Piccolino. I think Rolex gold and Opatex are way too expensive. I'd say probably true for Patek, not true for Rolex. I was interested in Patek's 2018, but they have doubled in price. All right, so that's 2018. So 7 years they doubled in price. That's absurd. But you know, the price of gold is more than doubled in price since 2018. Way over. It's way double the price. But you can't value the value of a Patek. Let's say a Calatrava is 44,000, and it does not have a lot of gold. So you can't be buying a Patek dress piece or even a full bracelet Nautilus gold. Let's say you have a Nautilus, the one with the brown dial rose gold, and they have it in, I think they have the chrono as well on those. So I don't know the reference numbers off the top of my head, but you know, there's no way you're getting anywhere near the amount of gold in gold value, like gold melt value, so to speak, to justify the price increases. And I don't know, they're coming up with all sorts of reasons to justify the price increase. And, you know, every year, whether it's tariffs, they're passing it on to consumers, whether it's gold prices, whether it's the Swiss franc being stronger against the dollar, to justify increased prices. Brian is here. We can all breathe a sigh of relief.
I'm back.
He's back. What does that say?
It says Walt Disney World and all Christmassy stuff.
Okay, now the show is getting very interesting.
Yeah.
I have a special guest in the back room.
Uh-oh.
And sorry, Brian, it's not you.
No.
You are a special guest, but you're already on the panel.
I'm not special. I'm interesting.
Okay, fair. I'm going to add this person who he needs no introduction, actually. He's the general. He's our supreme leader. He lives on Krypton. Mr.
What's
GMT.
up, boys? How's it going? Merry
Yes!
Christmas to
Uh-oh.
all.
I
How's
got him
things?
on, baby. Mission
How's things,
accomplished.
boys?
Catfished on Boxing Day.
It's on his.
I
it's his
had I had
it's
no
his
idea
channel.
that this was even happening. When did this all go? When did you organize all this? You just decided to just jump on.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
This
GMT, you know,
What's up?
man, it's overdue. We have to do a show, and without you, there is no
is
show.
a pretty late show, this one, or what? This is late.
Listen, my goal after Christmas was, my Christmas wish was I'm going to stay up late in hopes that GMT is in his afternoon, which I think it is for you. And it's
It
prime
is, yes,
time.
it is. It's actually a very late afternoon. That's what I'm saying. What are you doing up so late?
This is a perfect time waiting for you, because this is a perfect time for you to be like fired up, all caffeined up. You have nowhere to go, right? I'm assuming, like.
No, I've got nowhere to go. You're right. I don't have anywhere to go.
Thank God. Okay, I didn't know that. I was just hoping.
Well, yeah. Well, all your dreams came true, I suppose.
Or nightmares. That could
or
come
nightmares,
back.
yeah. There, either way.
That could come back to bite me in the ass, where I'm like regretting that. You know.
Look, I'm very shocked. Brian's on, but Brian's got a different. Is at a different time, right?
No, I'm Eastern U.S. time.
Brian and I are
Oh,
East
okay.
Coasters. Brian he just worked, so he's all juiced up, and it's hard to unwind. You got to unwind after work. You can't. It's tough to go to bed unless you're dead exhausted, which he might be. I don't know, or he never sleeps. I don't know.
I'm old, so after work I have to come home and I have to do the heating pad for a little bit, and then I have to do some stretches. And
There you go.
Yeah.
That's discipline.
Whatever works, my friend.
The heating pad is your friend. Can be your best friend. Let's see. So GMT, I'm just going through. We have Greg Saga. I don't know if you. Greg's been around. I don't know if you know Greg Saga. So
Not personally, no.
Okay, he's talking about doubled in price. You can't motivate spending that money. I still think a Rolex gold, you're getting a lot of value there. Day date, it's tough to beat gold value or gold. Just
Well, gold's going
I don't
through
know
the
what you
roof,
want to
right?
say. It has. I bought some gold. I'm having Costco gold delivered. I think they said Monday. I bought some Costco gold because they keep running out. So they have oh, you know what? GMT, this is perfect. Do you know the Perth Mint?
Yes.
So the Costco sells gold bars, 1 ounce bars and coins generally, or they actually have 100-gram bars now, but that's really expensive. That's 15,000 or 14 something in grams. So the only bar they had available 2 days ago was from the Perth Mint, and it is a dragon.
So is it valued?
It's a dragon.
Yeah.
And let me.
If it came from the Darwin Mint, it would be a monkey humping its cousin.
A monkey humping its cousin. That would be a disturbing sight, but very interesting at the same time. What the fuck?
Try to visualize that. Let's see. I'm trying to actually find out what I bought. I have no idea.
Pushing by it now and sending money. He has no idea.
I have no. Yeah. Oh, the Perth one going. The Perth Mint. Oh, I bought the Lunar. What am I saying? I didn't buy a dragon. And I hate snakes, and I bought the lunar snake. The Perth Mint.
How much?
Lunar
was
snake.
Expensive?
Oh, it was an ounce of gold, so it's expensive. Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's expensive.
This is not financial advice. Do not. Well, do whatever you want, but
when the world gets to shit, you'll be right. Don't worry, Cap.
I'm only saying what I'm doing. I love the way YouTubers do it when they talk about finance. It's like, I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. You know, you don't have to do it. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. You can do whatever you want. I'm not saying this is probably not a good idea, to be honest, because you don't want to buy. I have other, 10 years ago, like I've had stuff at a lot cheaper price point. So I don't know. I just wanted to do it. I'm not, it's going to sit in a box in a safe and collecting dust for another 10 years. So that's what I'm doing. Could it go down $2,000 an ounce over the next year? Sure. It absolutely could. Could it go up?
It probably could. I don't think so. I think it's the only way is up at the moment.
Probably. I mean, that's why I'm buying it. But in a year, if it goes up, am I going to sell it in a year? Probably not. Like I said, I tend not to sell things. I think a lot of us are, right? We collect, we don't sell.
I'm more of a hoarder.
Right. And yeah, with everything going on in the world, things popping off all around the globe, and I don't want to get, really too political here, but something is bound to happen in the U.S. Saber rattling war. Who the hell knows? We've had COVID, we've had .com busts, we've had all sorts of shit happen. We've had a financial meltdown. My view of gold is very simple. I look at the price of Bitcoin, that no one knows who created it. No one knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is. And no one actually knows really what it does that you can't do through other means. And not many people really use it. And that was going for $120,000 of Bitcoin. Now, I own Ethereum, full disclosure. So I'm not saying that Bitcoin's bad, good, indifferent, whatever it is, because I own some crypto. But all I'm saying is if one Bitcoin can be worth 120, now I know it's 90, right? So there's a big fluctuation here. Could it go back up? Yes. Could it go down? Yes. Then what's gold worth? You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows at this point? It's real money. It's been around money for 1,000 years. People have used it to barter, and you could touch it, feel it. So I don't know. That's a simplistic view, I'm sure, but plus we have like $38 trillion in debt in America, and globally it's crazy. So anyway, I got this Perth Mint lunar snake. GMT, do you know what this means in Australia? Is there any meaning behind the snake?
I wouldn't have a clue, to be honest. I'll be lying to you.
Okay, well, thank you.
I wouldn't have a clue.
I appreciate your.
Sounds like something for the Chinese New Year.
Probably.
Yeah. Is this the year of the snake?
Let's see.
I think it's the year of the rat. Or no. Next year might be the year of the rat. Brian, bring some sanity to the show.
Snake eats the rat.
All right, I'm gonna go. Why
don't you put yourself in full screen?
I am, because I'm at. Oh, I lost. Here we go. Let's go. Hold on. How do I do it? Full screen. That would be me going solo, right? Yeah.
2025 was the year of the snake. 2026 is the year of the horse. 2024.
That's why they got that's why they got that.
Okay.
You got me. You're not on full screen, man. You got me on full screen. Where is he? Where did he go?
Cap's pushing every button wrong.
What's going on, Cap? Fuck me, dude.
All right. How do I go full screen? There you
go. By the way, it's the year of the snake, so that's why they made that.
Yeah, it's a 2025, so there it is.
Yeah.
Listen, I only got it because as of 2 days ago, that was the only. I don't like this layout. How do I change it? No, I don't like that either. There we go. All right. Order is restored. Can someone, GMT, you have keys. You could fix layouts and all that. Where are you?
Yeah,
are you in the studio?
No, I'm not in the studio because you caught me by surprise. I didn't have time to get it already.
Oh, Jesus, man. So you're lying in bed naked, I'm guessing?
Oh, yeah, you nailed it.
Fuck.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah, this is not the GMT we need.
If you gave me a bit of time, I could have jumped on with my studio.
Can you do it now? Don't worry, we
yeah,
have time.
I can, but I got to jump off. Can I jump off?
Of course you can. We can hold it down.
All right, I'll be back. I'll go on my studio. I'll be back.
I think we did an after stream for 5 hours the other night.
Did you? Whereabouts?
I don't know. I was on talking to Blake or something about you think his
was that on an after show?
His filmography. Yeah, it was actually a good after show.
Well, you should greet some of the people that are from around the world. I think because there's some people that are here that that are saying hello, and while I jump off, you can do that.
Yep, I'm gonna catch up. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so I would buy Rolex. Let's Greg Saga. Let's get to that. Brian, thoughts on buying a gold Rolex or Patek?
So I like his other comment where he said he was offered a gold Daytona from the AD, but it is 50% more than the same on the secondary.
This one down here. Offered a gold Daytona from the AD.
Yeah.
Okay, 50% more than the same on the secondary. Which one? That doesn't make any sense. I'm on the list. Land Dweller, even the Meteorite Daytona, Meteorite GMT. Okay, wow, Meteorite GMT. Yeah. So that's so he's got a Pepsi.
So this is going. This kind of leans towards what I'm thinking is going back full circle to back when I first got into watch collecting, when I was really only looking at pre-owned stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's plenty of pre-owned stuff that I would rather buy at under retail than I feel like if he's offered that gold Daytona and turns it down, then they're not going to say, okay, we'll give you the Land Dweller, because they know what's hype and what isn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of in the same situation as, where I went to my two ADs and said, look, these are the only things I want.
Right. If I could jump in for 1 second, we have somebody in the that I don't know who's backstage. Brian, can you see him?
Nope, I can't see backstage.
Somebody with the name Kramos.
I saw
Kramos, wave your hand. So how do we know this? I don't know you, Kramos. Not that I'm not gonna put you on the panel. It's just that I don't know who you are.
I saw him in the chat. He said, greetings from Chile.
He's from Chile. He sounds so. I wish GMT was here, but Brian, what's your gut? Nothing against Kramos. The only thing is we just don't know people, so we're a little bit. I got to be a little bit careful here.
Let him.
You seem like a nice dude.
Let him on, and then keep your finger on the remove button. Something goes south.
Something goes sideways. All right, Kramos, just bear with us for 2 seconds. All right. I just don't know which gold Daytona is 50% more than the same on the secondary, because it's probably one of the all gold Daytonas, but I can't imagine that being.
Yeah,
you gotta give us a reference number anyway. All right, let's hope Kramos is gonna come on, and then we're gonna get to the rest of the chat like GMT said. So here we go. Hello, Kramos. Is it Kramos or C Ramos?
My name is Claudio Ramos. So.
Oh, okay, Claudio
Ramos.
Yeah. Can we call you Claudio?
Can you hear me good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can call me Claudio, of course.
Or whatever you prefer. What do you prefer?
Whatever you are comfortable with.
Okay. Claudio. So how long have you been watching like GMT show? What brings you here?
First time here. I didn't know your channel.
Are you interested in watches?
No, I don't like watches. I don't use watches. I use other bricks because since I was a kid, it was uncomfortable with some watches. But I'm interested in what you were saying about investing in the market.
Oh, well, unfortunately, this show is really watch focused. So
I'm interested in time, if I can say that.
Time?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I don't know, Brian. What do you think?
Your channel.
Let me simplify the circumstance for you.
Sure.
Just wanted to ask you two questions.
Sure.
If you think about watches, and if you think about the market of who finance the primary material sources to build the best technology in analog or digital watches, there's I think we are on a circumstance about how AI is helping or participating in the market, and also participating in the building of those watches with different materials, expensive ones. So my question was if you know about the bit tensor system, because I heard you were talking about Bitcoin, and my question is if you know about bit tensor system.
What's it called?
Bit tensor with two T's.
Bit tensor.
Bit tensor.
Bit tensor. I never heard of bit tensor. You know, and in terms of AI and watches, I don't think, in terms of mechanical watches, I don't know what. It's really mostly a mechanical. Well, Rolex uses manufacturing processes, so they may use AI, but I don't know what bit tensor is. And again, with all due respect, Claudio,
I understand. Just
our audience probably is not that interested in it.
Yeah,
so
I know. I'm going to tell you just this to finish.
Go ahead.
I know I'm not inside the topic, but my question was in order to let you know that there's a system called BitTensor. It's not like Bitcoin. It's a system. It's a system to invest, and it's democratic. It's making AI democratic. The system does not depend or in any bank, and there's a lot of projects of AI, and if you believe in some project, you can invest through Tao or subnets. But appreciate the space. I think time is very entertaining when you can bend it. But appreciate the space. I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna see your videos, because it feels like a good place. So appreciate it and keep going. Thank you very much. And greetings from Chile.
Oh, thank you so much. We love our friends from Chile. Claudio, that was insightful, I guess. Good to learn. And GMT just booted him. Let's bring Shot on.
No, I didn't boot him.
Oh,
he just jumped off.
You're right. Oh, he did? Okay, sorry.
He left on his own.
Sorry. You could do JT. No one knows. Listen, I don't think I'm the only one. I'm not speaking just for myself. You know, raise your hand if you know what bit tensor is, but I think that's a whole different conversation. Hey, Shadi, before I want to say hello, I haven't spoken to you in a long time. I'm going to run through this chat. Let's get to Vimal, because there's a lot of loyal supporters of GMT. They love GMT, and GMT blessed them with this show. You're the horse. Who is buying
You're the one who blessed us with the show. I've got nothing to do with this.
Oh, look at him. Now he's all washing his hands of the show. Your name is on the show. Vimal. I've got nothing to do. You see the way you just ran from it?
What did I run from? What I mean?
You started this whole thing. Like this.
Hang on, wait a minute. Back the truck up. Today I'm talking about.
I know.
This is the Mr. GMT channel.
I like to have you as the blame guy. It's the year of the horse.
That's right. So whatever goes down, I can just take it. That's all right. I can do that.
You can do that. You have big shoulders. Who is buying you're Superman. Who is buying the upcoming limited editions of what? I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know.
That is a great question.
Vimal, I don't know what he's referring to though.
Maybe he's talking about the watches and stuff that come out for the Chinese New Year every year.
Oh, Yeah, it's likely, but I don't know those. I don't know what those watches are. I'm buying gold for Mal. That's what I'm doing. Platinum's on fire. Yeah, McLovin. If I wish I had a platinum day date, but I don't, and so I don't know if I want to reach for platinum at this level, but you know, I think it's not a bad idea to get a platinum watch because I don't think they're pricing in the price of platinum just yet. See Ramo screenings, GMT. Okay, we spoke to him. Shot's buying silver. Shot, talk to us about silver.
Well, you know, technology is moving along very quickly.
Yes, sir.
And you know, they use 500 to 100 ounces in some of the military items, shall we say, missiles and such.
Yes, yes.
Tesla cars, I think they take a couple of 100 ounces of silver when they're, and cell phones and everything else. So silver being an industrial metal, and the U.S. having declared it a vital U.S. Vital mineral, with all the AI construction and everything else.
Yeah.
And they've had a 5-year shortfall of silver. So I got into silver earlier this year. I didn't get into it when it was relatively cheap. I got into it when it was relatively expensive at $30, but it's $70 now.
Yes.
So and that was back in March when I got in. So I'm still pricing myself into silver.
Good. Well, listen, $30 is a great price, and it was undervalued, in my opinion, at $30.
Absolutely.
So that was tremendous. I bought a little bit more a year ago. You know, my father always collected the sets, the minted sets every year, and he'd give it to us for like Christmas. You know, and when you're a kid and you get a coin set, you're like not too excited. You know, you're like, where's the where's the mini bike? You know, where's the Atari? Where's the you know, I'm dating myself, but hey, it is what it is.
Oh, absolutely.
In GMT's case, it was where's the Playboy magazine?
Yeah.
No, come on. You could do better than that. Look at what is behind him. You know, it was where's Supergirl? You know,
and so I'm acquiring a little gold as well.
I was actually looking at a Supergirl today.
Send up. I don't want to go there. Let's.
But an ounce is outside of my reach.
That's one of the favorite figurines that you have of mine. You know, but I didn't want to say it.
Well, the good thing is I'm looking at Supergirl, not Superman.
So what do you wait? This is a good topic though. So I don't want to divert. So silver, yeah, $30 silver, and I'd get the sets and stuff, and you know, have some gold and stuff like that. So last year YouTube must know YouTube algorithm is smart. Because they started sending me to a live stream where this guy in Florida was selling silver, silver coins, silver on the side, like as a side hustle. In fact, he said he wasn't really doing it for too much profit, and he'd mail out after a week. So I took a flyer on this guy. I mean, he could have been a complete fraud, but he seemed, you know, pretty legitimate, and people were buying the coins that he was showing, and he was a real collector. So he was showing, like, I didn't buy any of like the older coins, like the numismatic stuff, which is supposed to have higher value. I didn't really care about like, oh, this is a 1928, you know.
No, I don't buy any of that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just want the pure ounces of silver. So I bought like all the silver coins he had. Not all, but like, that's what I would ask him for. So after a while, he didn't know who I was. So it's like, who is this person? And he wouldn't sell it to me until like was on the show, like in the chat for a while. And like, they check you out a little bit. It wasn't really like a big vetting process, but he delivered the gold. So I did like a small purchase, got the delivery. Then I did another purchase, got the delivery. You know what I'm saying? He put it in bags, and they'd have, I think, his wife or assistant mail it to you, and it would show up all packaged nicely. And then he did his real job. And so he stopped live streaming because he was actually laying pipeline. Not laying pipe, GMT. I know where you were going. He was laying pipeline.
Why does everyone assume they know what I'm thinking?
Has anybody seen your family, dude?
So hold on, I got to get through some. I think we got some chat here. Let me catch up. I'm going to be quiet and let GMT and Brian talk. Small group here and you, Shot. Small groups are going to be candid by gold till 2028. Yeah, I think there's definitely room to run for sure. And we could have ups and downs and bumps along the way. Even major moves, 1,000 up, 1,000 down. Also add copper. Electrification is going to go into overdrive next year. Yeah, copper.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, copper is, you know what I read actually? And this gets to the Omega part. Omega's, not the moonshine gold, but the Sedna gold. So their rose gold of Omega has a fair amount of copper, also platinum. But for me, I'm kind of looking at getting a gold watch, partly because of gold. Like, I don't think it's priced in, and I think you'll have some value. You know, like, it's just another
Value
way
retention?
yeah, it's another way to like have a nice watch. And I'm looking at like the Omega Gold Speedy because I think it's a great watch. And I also get like, you know, I don't just buy a coin or a bar that I put in a safe and never see again. Like,
right.
And look, if the value goes up, it goes down. Who really cares at the end of the day? I mean, I'd like it to go up, but the mess that we're in financially around the globe, I don't think it's not going to go down that much. So they're not selling. They're selling for cheap, like compared to Rolex gold watches. You know, in Patek, you see the Nautilus all gold and others. It's a great watch, and I think there's value there. So, but what I read was there's a lot of copper in it, so you're actually not getting, depending upon the copper content, it could be a lot less.
You know, here's the thing. You want to talk about copper being a base, I guess what you'd say, or an addition to the gold. A lot of your South African gold, the Cougarins. The reason why they have a reddish tint to them is because they have a lot of copper, and they don't put dates on their gold because it is legal tender in that country. So they want the coins to last as long as possible. So that's why they added the copper base to it.
Okay. Yeah, well, the copper pennies and stuff. So copper to me was always a sign of the economy doing. If the economy is strong, copper prices go up because they're building. They use them a lot in home building and things like that. So copper was always like a bellwether of the economy. So Glover's talking about tariffs. I want to get back to watches though.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Calling for gold. Okay.
I'll derail the stream in an instant if you're not careful.
I think when you're looking at buying precious metal watches, there are very few of them where you're looking at buying them for the cost of the materials. So you shouldn't be doing that thinking, well, hell, I can melt it and still make $2,000 on it or whatever. Because you don't want to do that. That's like going to GMT's snack bar and saying, all right, I can buy the Suvla and resell it for more.
Ain't gonna happen.
I have lucked out on an ounce of gold though. I bought the Canadian maple leaf with the queen on it before she passed away at 1,800.
Yeah, I think we hit it all, like the Perth Mint, the Canadian, what is it? The Canadian Royal something.
But the
Pamp Swiss is always good, and eagles, buffaloes, American U.S. eagles or buffalo coins are good. So let's see. What is Greg Saga has a watch question? Brian, would you buy the Journe Line Sport yellow dial if offered from the AD? Well, that's an easy one. You had the gray dial.
I wish I didn't sell the gray dial when I did, because I sold it just over a year ago for about 50,
I want to pull it up.
Retailing for 120.
Wow.
Or gray market for 120. I'd buy anything Journe if I was offered it from the AD. Brand new at MSRP. I'd buy anything.
I'm gonna pull it up. Give me a second.
But I think I'm with you, Captain. The value right now in watches is in the precious metals.
Hold on, kids. Cap's trying to pull something up, so that means that the stream might end at any minute.
How was your Christmas, GMT? Brian?
Relaxing, my man. I just when I saw my parents, my mother and my brother, and they came up. But just relaxing, yeah. Not much.
Good deal.
Yourself?
I saw my family today, so.
Oh, nice. Well, we're in the future here, so our Christmas has been over for over a day now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, by the way, GMT. How was your Christmas?
Good, my man. Yours?
It was very good. I'll show you in a second. Let me.
Cap, did the pickleball ladies take care of you?
No comment, but
okay.
I think you know the answer to that. Let's see.
Oh, Brian, how was your holidays?
Here we go.
Just good and busy. Okay.
So yeah, real quick, guys. You may have seen if you caught the beginning of the show, GMT, and weren't goofing off, you'd see that.
No, I didn't see the beginning of the show. I found out later.
So
I missed the beginning of the show.
So it was a sneak attack. So I got this watch roll as a gift. This tan watch roll was gifted to me by my niece's boyfriend.
That's very nice.
I know. Nice. I never had this color either. I don't have this color, but there you go.
That natural color.
Yeah, I really like it.
Nice. That's very nice.
It is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this was a quality call. If he's looking to get some points, he did. I got him a bottle of Aqua de Jo. Aqua de Jo. Which one? The one that you know which one? GMT. What's that fragrance? Aqua de Jo.
The original one. There's a few different ones.
No, the original Aqua de Jo.
The one in the clear bottle. Is it like a whitish bottle or the blue one? Is it blue bottle?
It was wrapped, but it's he only makes. What's the one that?
No, he makes a few of them.
What's the name of it though?
Aqua de Jo, whatever it is.
No, I think it's called something. Aqua de Jo.
It's code.
It's Armani. Wait, you're right. Isn't it? Is it Armani Aqua de Jo?
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Okay. All right.
There's a few different ones now. There's a few different iterations in that.
They had a parfum and an eau de toilette. So I gifted one each to two different people, and I wasn't sure which is. I was going to keep one, but then I got this roll, so I had to give it away. I had to give him a gift, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
So. Yeah, that's what I did. So, and then I got this bottle of whiskey. So, single malt.
Nice. You got that whiskey too?
Yeah, the Balvenie.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Let's go back to this FP Journe Octa Automatique Reserve Titanium.
Are you gonna buy it? Cap, buy it?
Brian's gonna get this at his AD.
Oh, nice, Brian.
No, Greg is.
A 137.5. This is not.
Are we passing the ball around? Cheap. Who's going to buy this watch now?
44 millimeter. This is a big watch.
Yeah.
44 millimeter.
But it wears really small because it's got really short lugs.
Yes. There's
my critique of it was that it was really comfortable to wear. There's a micro adjustment in the clasp that is very clumsy to operate. And I wish it had a rotating bezel. Other than that, it was a great watch. The only reason I really got rid of it was the water resistance is it's a 30 millimeter, I think, or 30 meter water.
And you got this at the FP AD?
No, I bought mine gray market for 48. Okay. I sold it for just a little bit over. Well, I sold it at 50 to throw that towards the two-tone Nautilus.
Beautiful.
Do you live on a high floor, Brian?
No.
You don't, right? You're not in a high-rise building, thank God.
No.
What year?
What was that question all about? Why are you asking him if he lives in a high-rise building now? What do you think he's gonna jump off it or something? What the fuck?
I didn't say that. I just said.
I know. I was trying to figure out what you mean by that.
I was asking if you had a nice view or not of, maybe the ocean or a nice lake.
No, I'm in Orlando. We have no oceans, and I'm on a single floor house.
Just go with it.
We're old. We wanted one floor.
No, I get it. No, so when did you sell this or trade this watch? What year was it?
A year and a half ago.
Okay, so in that period of time, you're telling me that this watch has tripled in value.
Well, the yellow's worth more than the gray dial that I had. The gray dial right now.
Oh, you had the gray dial. You didn't have the yellow.
Yeah, the gray would be about 120, I think.
Mm-hmm.
If I could.
Yeah,
find
the gray is a shitter.
Yeah, the gray was
good thing you got rid of that dog.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at this one though. Let's it's got the Octa, like a racing S here, right? Octa S. It's like an Octaloon Sport. It's got a lot of red going on. It's like a racing yellow with it looks like they're stealing that from the Carrera, the S.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Look at the 2. It's like not a normal. I don't know what font that is. It's like an off-center, like
it's an asymmetrical date window.
There you go. That's exactly what I was going to say. It's an asymmetrical date window.
Custom FP Journe font.
Very well said. That's very cool. And it doesn't match. So this 2, this is like, they kind of look like the same font, but this is angled.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, it's more
genius serif. Wow, you're really learning a lot about fonts today. Well, listen,
serifs are the little things that you put on the end of numbers to make them look fancier.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. How about I have one for you about you want to talk fonts? Okay, that's it. I've had enough.
Yeah, get the font out of here, man.
Come on, let's give it to us, Cap. Give it to us straight.
Let's talk fonts. I'm gonna come. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Talk amongst yourselves.
No.
So, how long did you have that watch for? How long did you have it for?
I had it for about a year.
Yeah, did you wear it much?
Yeah, but it didn't get. It was surprising. It's one of those watches where when you're out in public, nobody knows. It doesn't look like anything.
Yeah, it just looks like
Yeah, and it was all. It's all titanium and aluminum, so it's really lightweight.
How thick was it? Was it thick?
No, it's like 10 and 11 millimeters.
Oh wow!
I mean, it's a nicely done watch. I think for a sports watch, he should have incorporated a rotating bezel.
I wonder why he didn't. That could have been easily a rotating bezel right there. I still understand why he didn't do that.
Yeah,
just weird.
Well, I mean, it's not really a dive watch.
All right, and this one that you're showing right now is actually a lower valued version because this one's got the rubber on the ends of the titanium on the sides of the bracelet.
Okay, so I'm pointing that out for those in the audience. See the way I'm circling the cursor? You see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just pointing out what Brian is noting here. Look, it's got the classic style of crown over there down at the but he put it down
right where Seiko puts it on all the
yeah. This doesn't
you know what? I was thinking it reminds me of a Seiko.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't have his usual has that flare where it's angled. This one is pretty much not like off center. Right? Doesn't his dress pieces have? That's really the crown in his watches is. I don't hear too many. Well, Maybe they do talk about it, but that is unique as well. Like everything he does is got that artistic, I don't know if it's Jackson Pollock or Picasso, a little flair here. And that's where he has that creativity, I think, in design, as well as obviously the watchmaking chops and the gold. Some of them have gold movements, gold, I don't know, brass movements, gold movements.
This line, the first run of them came with aluminum movements to make it even lighter.
Wow, that's impressive.
GMT, that's aluminium for you.
Yes,
that's right. Aluminium. You can't go wrong with aluminium.
Aluminium.
If it's good enough for beer, it's good enough for me.
It always baffles me, and maybe it's they spell it differently, but there's no way. Like in English, when you spell aluminum, there is like no I in it at the end. So I don't know how you come up with aluminium.
Look, I don't know. I just live in Australia. That's how they say it. That's how
they spell it differently there, and in
no, they spell it the same, exactly the same spelling, everything.
And England says aluminium as well. It just doesn't phonetically.
There's a funny thing about that. Is the guy that discovered it or named it or whatever, apparently named it aluminum at first, and then he didn't like that, so he changed the pronunciation.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, he's changed it. You could change the pronunciation, but then you should change the spelling to go with it. But anyway, moving on to that. Let's see a couple of more photos.
One of those, facts that, gets jammed in your head and you don't get paid for it. So
yeah. Well, Shot, that's valuated right there. That's why we love you on the panel, because no one else would know that. At least I didn't know that. Yeah. So look at this. You see this?
I have no idea.
Things are so on YouTube, dude.
And hey, do Cap a favor while he's kissing your ass. Make sure and stand up at least, so he doesn't have to lean down.
This is how you survive, in the corporate world. Is this fun fact? This is tips to everybody. You just kiss, you suck a lot of what. You got to play the game.
It's not what you know; it's who you blow.
This is all bullshit. Okay. See this? This is rubber. GMT knows a lot about. No, GMT doesn't know really anything about rubber.
I'm wearing rubber right now. What are you fucking talking about?
On the wrist.
You know what I'm talking about. You gotta read me to GMT, man. Get with the program.
I just want you to be. I like how you make it all cryptic, so you don't know. People got to guess what you're saying.
Exactly.
So I try to make you. I try to get you to say it.
I could be saying 3 or 4 different things. No one really knows.
Exactly.
I don't even know. I have no idea what I'm saying. Okay. This is pretty cool. I gotta give Journe credit on this one. Because this is.
You like it, huh?
I do. Listen, this. We were all talking about Journe 4 or 5 years ago. What's his name? Spence R. I met him. He has platinum. He has platinum Journe. He was getting the Havana, like he was in with Journe, and he's in Vancouver. I think they since shut down the FP Journe in Vancouver, so I don't know what he's doing. But he was like into Journe before Journe was into Journe, and so I wanted to get just the Chronomet Sovereign, and I should have, because I liked that watch back then, and it is what it is. I'm not going to chase it now. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to find, and I think we all are trying to, who's the next Journe? That's what I want to know.
God knows, man, at this point. It's very hard to become the way that he's become is very, it's a mind-blowing thing, because this day and age, to try and be different and really stand out is there's a lot of people trying to do it, and it's very hard, but he succeeded in a big way. And not only that, he's succeeded, and he's able to do it even with all the controversy that's going behind him.
Right.
You know what I mean? All the shit that he's done, and he's still growing, which blows my mind.
It is, especially in this day and age, because I thought about that, and no one really knows, because I didn't hear anything publicly about what you hear about this controversy, and you know, Tim Masso doesn't like the man. He's pretty open about that. He's met Francois Paul several times, and I don't know if he finds him, you know, arrogant and maybe crass.
I think he believes all the rumors because he's actually met the man. That's probably another reason why he doesn't like him.
Well, they might not be rumors to him. He may have actually heard things from the man that he's just not willing to share publicly.
Which is fair, because he probably doesn't want to get involved in any of this shit. He just doesn't have to like him.
Right.
Well, my thing is, I've heard the same thing. He's a bit, of course, he's creative. He's got the company.
Yes.
And I don't think he's quite arrogant. I think he's more aloof.
I think he's French.
Yeah, he's French. Well, they have that excuse, right? Oh, he's French. He could basically say anything. It doesn't matter. He's French. Oh, c'est la vie. You know, we love our French audience, by the way. So shout out to France and its people. And
there's nothing wrong with the French, man. I've got a lot of French friends.
And I've been to Paris. They went after 9/11, and they welcomed me with open arms. And probably the best time to go to France as an American was
you're with your open wallet.
Yeah, exactly. And hey, look, Eiffel Tower. You got the Louvre. You got Versailles. You got the French wines. You got
you got a cafe on every street corner where you can sit and smoke and have a drink. It's a fantastic place.
And I did love that too, because I was smoking real tobacco back then, and so were they. And but they're a lot thinner than Americans generally.
I enjoy my cigars still.
I have the cigar shot. I've been really just aging them and not smoking as much.
Oh, wow.
I know, and I gotta. I talk to Steve Leaf a lot. I'm like, I gotta smoke more. You know.
Yeah.
And I gotta make a dent in the collection.
I've got a shipment coming. So.
Okay. Very good. I'm sure it's good stuff. But
Opus, yeah.
Oh, the Opus, yeah. I got the Steve. I have the Opus X, the Anejos. I have a lot of those.
Lovely.
Yeah. I like those. Some spice. So with Journe, like new Box of Papers, 2020. Progressive engineering, blah blah blah. Yeah. So I go back to like the Joe Paterno from Penn State, who had a storied, I don't know, 15 or 20-year career as a Penn State football coach, and you know he obviously got involved in some bad, stuff, and the statue was taken down. He's been like wiped out from the record books of Penn State football history. I'm not sure if the national championships were taken away, but in watchmaking, you could basically do anything and get away with it. No one can. Everyone looks the other way. Your brand's intact. We move forward, and they're setting records of $11-12 million for Francis Ford Coppola, right? The FFC collab. But here's the reality. Patek Philippe has a 100 or 150 year history, and they're still here. Journe is still alive. So neither the founder of Patek, the founder of Rolex, Hans Wilsdorf, is long gone. Where these brands, the independents who've been around 20 years, and FP Journe is still alive, right? So in 100 years, when none of us are going to be around, where's Journe going to be? Or in, let's say in 10, 20, 30 years, because you have to get to the Patek levels or the Audemars Piguet or the Rolex levels, you have to stand the test of time. You have to be around for so long. And it's like for a brand where the principal creator, owner, watchmaker is still actually, not only is he still alive, he's still actually working at the brand. So what happens to this brand when he's no longer the lead watchmaker? He retires. You know, what happens in 30 years, 50 years, you know, and 100 years? I have no idea. But that's like, look what happened to Frank Mueller.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still making watches. I think
and he's still alive.
And he's still alive. So, but his brand took a big hit. And they were the hottest things back in the 90s. Now, I think Journe probably is, is he like already leaps and bounds, like way ahead of where Frank Mueller ever was? I don't know. I don't know.
I think the issue that Journe has is it's such low production that he's walking a very razor thin, delicate line. And when you have a clientele that's that small, they can get bored of you and just disappear and move on to something else.
Are you saying he's too niche?
Yeah, it's really hard.
That he needs to expand his production for survivability?
No, I don't think he gives a shit about that. I'm talking from a collector standpoint. Looking at a brand or a maker that is so small, it's hard to see what will happen with it post Journe,
right?
Post Francois Paul. If he's gone,
yeah.
Do the collectors move on to something else, and does the product plummet on the gray market?
But that was my point. That should he expand his business so that upon his demise, that there are more of his watches out there, so that the company will survive.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Shot, you raised a great point, and Brian as well. To follow up on that, I think so. When Chanel has a stake in FP Journe,
correct.
What I think would happen is let's say he loses control. Let's not talk.
Boys, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, let's not talk about it as like not even his demise and whatever. Like because we're all everyone's going to die eventually, right? But because people.
That is an example. That's just
no. I know.
Post his primary involvement with the brand.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got guys like Kevin O'Leary is like, well, when he dies, my collection is going to be worth $50 million, and it's kind of like weird to talk about like him dying, but the bottom. So when he's no longer controlling, are they going to do something like they did with Daniel Roth, right? Where Daniel Roth brand has had multiple different owners, private equity, different brands owning them, to now they're owned by who bought Daniel Roth? Was it Breitling or was it
Bulgari?
That was close to that. It'd be even a broken clock is right twice a day. Yeah. Bulgari. So are they the same brand? No, not even close, right? People still are, that niche is into Daniel Roth. But if I want a Daniel Roth, I want an original Roth. I'm not, the design is cool. I don't think I would get a Roth because there's just a lot of other watches I think I would that speak to me more than a Roth. But a Roth, I like the Roth, but I would want like an original Roth, not the Bulgari Roth. That's just me. Why not? It's like the original Coke and then new Coke.
Mm-hmm. Right, I can see that.
But you're okay with buying Rolexes that were made after Hans Wilsdorf died?
Yeah.
Yes, but the different, right? But Rolex branded it. See, this is the brilliance of Hans Wilsdorf, right? Is he picked out a name Rolex that has nothing to do with Hans or Wilsdorf, right? Daniel Roth is on the watch, like it's a Daniel Roth.
No,
it's
I
a
know,
FP Journe, right? Yeah. I'm sure you could find other examples where I'm comfortable with it, but because like you said, the brand is identified with the watchmaker, so like aligned. That could be the problem for them when he's no longer in control.
Yep.
but he already sold a watch for $11 million, and I don't. That's so. Like, I don't know of others outside of Rolex with the Newman and Pateks that reach those levels or close.
All I can tell you is that what goes up can come down.
Right. Well, then I'll buy one then.
Will you care?
I do like the watches. I think, but you're right. Like, will I care? Like, I could get a Patek dress watch, but I like, for example, and I think you owned one, a Laurent Ferrier.
Yeah, I bought the Laurent Ferrier instead of buying the FP Journe Chronomet Souverain for $3,000 more.
Oh my god!
My two biggest financial watch mistakes have involved FP Journe. So thank you.
So, but from a pure, I could see why, because I'm the same way. You'd be drawn to a Laurent Ferrier over a Journe, right? They're so different. Because I've thought about getting a Laurent Ferrier many times. The classic, it's the classic origin thing, right? Yeah, beautiful. I love the handset. It's very classical. It's like, I think it was Brody that said, if you want and I don't totally agree with this, but like Laurent Ferriers are like blow away any Calatrava. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, but I could see why you're saying it. Like, they are beautiful and they're more limited and they're unique. Whereas, Calatravas can be kind of plain Jane. Mine has that date. It's not even a manual wind. I think it's also kind of boring, but it's a classic dress watch. But Laurent Ferrier is not like that artiste, that artistic flair that Journe has. So I don't think Laurent Ferrier would ever get to anywhere close to Journe.
Now, Journe's got two things. One, there's a design cue through the entire line. And once you know what a Journe is, you can recognize a Journe from a mile away. The other thing that he's got a bigger than life personality.
Right.
Laurent Ferrier does things very quietly elegant and doesn't have a bigger than life personality.
Right. In fact, I think it's, and other brands might do it. I think Laurent Ferrier has a piece where the tourbillon is on the back of the watch.
Yeah. The tourbillon sport it's on the back. Hidden.
I mean, that is such a flex in and of itself. We talk about flex culture. If you had a watch, I got a tourbillon, and you show it, you're so like, I don't even know what that says. It's like quiet confidence, or I know I have a tourbillon. I don't need to show you that I have it. This watch is amazing, and it's got like this technological achievement in there, high horology, watchmaking, but I don't need to show anybody. It's on the back. It's like a movement flex, though. Like, to be fair, like Lange's movements on their 1815s and whatnot, almost all their watches except Lange 1. Showing in terms of showing the movement and the decoration and all the finishing. I mean, that's an amazing. You could look at the back of the watch, and that's like the money shot.
Yeah.
Now you owned a Laurent Ferrier, and you don't currently own a Lange, I don't think.
No, I sold the Saxonia Moon Phase when we were getting ready to move down here, and I knew that the sweat and the humidity and the rain would not be good for it.
Right. That's another beautiful one. The Saxonia is a dress piece.
Oh, I wish. Yeah, if I moved to a better climate, I would buy one again.
Yeah. That's a great piece. Yeah, and they make limited. They're also very limited in production. Where's Lange at? Less than 5,000?
I thought they were around 8,000.
Okay. Yeah.
I could be. I
think they're less than 5. I don't know. Someone in the chat, though there's not too many people that are up this late on the, or watching yet. They'll all catch the replay. That's a limited piece. Like Lange, if you're buying Lange and you're buying Lange for cheaper than Patek, you're getting a limited watch that they make the movement not once but twice, right? They disassemble and reassemble every movement, twice, and they'll replace the screws that they use in the disassembly, like with new fresh screws on the second go round.
Yeah. They do some stupid,
sick,
nuts, crazy stuff.
Yeah. I mean, 5,000 or 8,000, Brian, is still a hell of a lot less than 60,000 Pateks or, 50,000 APs
or more than 800. More than 800 Journes.
Yeah. Well, Journe, Laurent, and then he got these other really super exclusive indies like Grubel and others that are at like 250, 250 to 500. Yeah. So here's, I wanted to show, let me go full screen. This was the font. So the H08. And I get the focused in. I got the lining. Here we go. Hermes uses their own font for this watch. If you look at the it's the 8 is kind of interesting. Let's come on, focus.
The 4 is interesting as well.
Yeah. A lot of them. Yeah, the 4 is interesting, and I think they also use the same font in the. There we go. In the date window, which is between the 4 and the 5, which a lot of people
what's crazy? You really love this watch, right? It's crazy how much you love it.
That date window would drive me nuts.
It would, because I actually think, Shot, that it's so cleverly placed. Like, I know that the date window at that position pisses a lot of people off, and myself included, in a lot of watches. Like, for example, in the code 1159, it's so in your face when you see that there. Right. Also, the AP Royal Oak Chrono has it in that spot, but this one.
Where's this one going? Where's it date on it?
I'll show you, because I'm covering it up with the minute hand.
Oh, I'm trying to find them. Going, where the hell's the date? What the fuck?
So GMT, this watch has like 100 or 150 meter water resistance on top of everything else.
Look, is it fucking hell?
Listen to the wind. Hold on, Wes. If you could hear it, hold on. Can you hear that?
You know who actually makes good watches now, believe it or not?
No. Can you hear this?
No.
No, I can't hear it. Put it near the mic. Can you put it near the mic?
I'm putting it right up against the mic. Hold on.
Your mic sucks.
No, it's good. Can you hear it? All right, you can't hear it, but it's just buttery. You know what it is? It's buttery smooth. It's not even the sound of it; it's the feel of it, and it's got a screw down crown on top.
I would hope so.
Well, it is a diver's watch, isn't it?
No, it's not a diver's watch. It's a sports watch. Like, diver's watch has to have a.
I'm only testing you, Cap. I know it's not.
Yeah, no, it's got to have a dive.
I wanted to see what you're gonna say.
Got to be a.
Hey, Cap, don't let the guy that owns the channel bust your balls.
Don't just, you can kick me off at any time, no problem.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, because there's a lot of dive watch talk thrown around, but
well, you're Captain Subby, that's why I said that.
It's got to have an unidirectional bezel. It's got to have at least like ISO certification, like 200 meters. I think maybe you can get away with 100. Or it says,
let me ask you a question.
Or it's Divers 70, Divers 65 is 100 meters, and that's a dive watch. So I'll allow that. But so here you can see the date, GMT.
All right. You got to go full screen. There we go.
Yeah.
I got him.
So let's try to focus this thing out.
It's wiggled in there on the minute track between the 4 and the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
can't see the numbers, but yeah.
I can see it now. Yeah. It's a bit blurry the way you got it, but it's all right. Move it back a little bit.
I know.
Move back a little bit. There you go. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Perfect. There you go. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
Are those numbers slanted or are they square? That doesn't make sense.
So hang on. I want to know your thoughts behind this watch and the reasons why you bought it. Was it hype? Was it because you really liked the look of it? What were the reasons behind it?
No, it wasn't hype. When this came out, because Ali remembers, we covered it, and it was
but we cover a lot of watches. Why this watch? You want to purchase this watch?
The design. Well, first it's titanium, so I love for sporty watches. I like having a lightness. I like titanium, so it reminded me of the G-Shock titanium that Ali got me, and the design is just unique. It's just the font that I didn't even know it was their own font, but you see the font. The K shape is like a little. It's a cushion case. So
yeah, it's a cushion case. Yeah.
Right. So you got a little Panerai.
It reminds me a little bit, a tiny bit of the Panerai, little bit.
Right. Bit. You have Hermes, so you have a fashion brand, which is why it's like this, because Hermes and Chanel. So, or I shouldn't say Chanel, Louis Vuitton and Hermes, and Vimal talks about this all the time. Let's go full. Can you do full panel?
Put your full screen. Yeah.
No. Do yeah.
Who do you want me to put on full screen, Brian?
No. Oh, you can put Brian on full screen. Yeah.
Hey, Brian, how you going, buddy? There you go. Now we're back to square one. Let's go.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
No, I was gonna say. I think Louis Vuitton, like that tambour.
Louis Vuitton are coming a long way. Louis Vuitton, like I've heard nothing but good things about what they're doing. Yeah. Surprisingly, they're a friggin' leather manufacturer that have gotten into watches. So, but they own a lot of companies. So a lot of different companies that are into watches. So.
Yeah, they hired like it's a voucher. It's a voucher movement as well. So the movement in this watch is no slouch. Yeah. So you have a lot going on here, and the price. I'm a value shopper, so this
that's not Louis. That's Hermes, isn't it?
This is Hermes, but what I'm saying is they have a voucher move. So the value on this is just off the charts. That's all I'm saying. And I like the looks. I like the watch. It's very easy.
Do you get many compliments? Have you gotten any compliments for it when you wear it out? Not that matters. Just out of curiosity. Do you get anyone asking you about it?
Women. Right. If a woman sees this watch, they start stripping immediately and throwing their clothes at you. So,
all right. So
I need to get that so I can get my wife to strip. Jesus Christ!
It's just like wearing a Ferrari on your wrist right here.
How much was that watch? If you don't care.
So no, I don't care. So we got it through a guy that
too much.
That sources these in in our group, Nate. So you know Nate, right?
Oh, yeah.
So he knows a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy that sourced that had these watches for approximately $4,000.
That's not bad. That's good buy.
They're $8,000 retail and going up because everything in retail is going up. So look, you could still find them for that price through other sources. eBay probably has some, or Chrono 24. But he got us, a few of us bought as well. And we didn't package it together, but a lot of people like the watch. So Tariq got one, I got one, Bob NYC got one, and Nate had bought the gold one that he wore. And, Nate's got 10, 20, 30 Cartiers and a lot of other watches.
Yeah, Nate's a madman. Yeah.
Well, yeah, when he went to Europe on vacation for 2 weeks, he wore the HO8, the gold, because he felt it was like under the radar and no one, and he loved it. So he was worried about theft in London or England and didn't want to get his arm cut off, as they say. So yeah,
that would suck.
That would suck, because then you really, you could only wear. So if you wear your watch like on your left wrist, and your left arm gets chopped off, then you got to wear it on your watch on your opposite arm.
Correct.
Yeah. And you would have a lot of blood pouring out of your arm. So
yeah,
that's a bigger issue.
Yeah, that would be a big issue.
Yeah.
But
anyhow, I'm gonna call it a night.
Take care,
I wanted to hop on and support you. Now you got friends to hang out, and
we're gonna end this thing pretty soon. I gotta get to bed.
So see you all. Happy holidays. Happy Boxing Day if you celebrate that.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year, though. I'm sure we'll see you before New Year's. And thank you, Brian, a legend, for jumping on the panel.
Here,
Appreciate it.
I'll float some hearts at you. Here they come.
Thank you.
There they go.
Oh, I gotta get that new computer now.
Okay. See you guys.
Take care, Brian.
Bye.
Thanks. That was Brian. Always supporting the shows on the YouTubes. Appreciate the content and the knowledge. He's owned a lot of nice watches, and so it's always good to have that perspective, sharing it. So which cigars you smoking? The Opuses?
Yeah, and right now I'm smoking one of the Angel Share.
Angel Share.
Yeah.
Is that their so is that an Opus one, or is that its own brand?
No, it's part of Opus, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is there any flavor profile on there?
Yeah, it's got a bit of a whiskey kind of flavor to it. That's why they call it Angel Share.
What happened? Brian took off. Did he? I had a phone call. Shit, sorry guys.
Yeah, Brian got pissed. He goes, "Where's GMT? I'm getting off.
Motherfucker."
You got to play it back. He went on this whole tirade. He's like, "Fuck this guy, GMT, man. Where is he?"
You know what? Fuck you, Brian. Come back and say fucking Merry Christmas to you and then go. No, just joking.
He did.
Hope you're all well, buddy. Take care. Sweet dreams, my man. I know it's late over there.
GMT, what do you got? What do you want to take over?
What do you want me to take over? I had no plans, bro. You just checked this on me. I don't know. I had no plans. I've got no idea. I jumped on. You were on. I hadn't spoken to you for Christmas or anything. I really haven't spoken to anyone for Christmas.
You have been very unusually quiet during the last couple of days.
Yeah, I've been quiet. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me.
Probably busy with family, I would imagine.
Yeah, family, Mm-hmm. So
are you in a funk? You sound like you're a little
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with me. To be fair, I've got no idea what's happening with me.
Okay.
It's just a bit I can't even explain it. Even if I wanted to try, I can't.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You're like kind of in a lull, in a rut, like you need you need some mojo.
Yeah, that's why I had a coffee just then. I have a coffee and hopefully that helps. But
yeah.
See,
I've been in that mood for like fucking 10 years.
That's why he keeps a pot of coffee going 24/7.
Right. That's why you see me vaping all day and I'm drinking coffee like it's like shooting up heroin for me. Now, I'm actually in a good place. Like,
you seem really happy, Cap. Honestly, you seem really happy lately, and I love seeing that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either, man. I want to bottle it if I could, but you make changes. There's a couple of factors that some I want to talk about and some I don't want to talk about.
I think I know why I'm a little bit down. I think this might be a contributor to the situation. Is that my son's leaving to go to America for a year.
Oh,
coming
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's really like it's in the back of my mind, and it's bringing me down,
Right.
sort of thing.
Right.
'Cause for me, if anyone doesn't know that's out there, whoever's watching, the 3 people that are watching, I'm very close to my family, and I love them dearly.
Right.
And
Family means a lot to you. That's why we get along.
Yeah.
You're Greek, I'm Italian, so families are very
family's
important.
everything to us, right? So
Yep, pretty much.
him going, I think, is bringing my mood down, if you know what I mean. Like, as in,
like you sense you're sad because you know it's going to happen at some point.
It's happening like within the month. That's what I mean.
God. Now you're depressing me, for Christ's sake.
So not trying to depress the mood here for everyone, right? I'm just
sorry, Lord. I shouldn't say for Christ's sake. Well, it's the day after Christmas, but for fuck's sake, how about that?
The fuck's sake. No, but it just that's why I think I've been like having a bit of a.
That's heartbreaking. That's like gut wrenching.
Yeah, it is.
That's a kick in the nuts.
Oh yeah. He was just here just a minute ago, and I was talking to him.
Is he coming back? Is he coming back, or is he?
It's for a whole year. He's going for a year, but you know what? If he loves it over there, I can't stop him from not wanting to stay over there, because he's getting married over there, to a lovely American lady.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for him. And if he wants to stay there, I can't stop him. It's what he wants to do.
Congratulations, on the son-in-law.
Yeah. Daughter-in-law.
Yeah, well, no daughter-in-law. I have got a son-in-law, because my daughter got proposed to, I think, a couple of days before Christmas. So she's going to get married as well. So both.
Wait. But the son-in-law is going to be in Australia?
Yes, son-in-law lives here, yeah.
There you go. Problem solved. Do you like the kid or not?
No. Now, there's 2 different marriages, yeah? So there's my son's marriage.
Right.
And then with my daughter's marriage.
Yeah, I know.
He's staying here. They're staying here.
Right.
And my son's going to America. My daughter's staying here.
Exactly. What I'm saying is, do you like your son, your daughters?
Yeah. I love them all. They all live with me here. They all love me. I love them. We've got no issues. No issues at all.
But you gained a son-in-law, right?
Yes.
And so your son's going away, but you're getting another, not your son by blood, but
yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a replacement.
I understand. You're saying that there's a sort of like a replacement.
It's like a little bit of a buffer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can get to go to America and meet us. So there's a benefit.
Yes, which I am going to do.
I'm just trying to spin it in a pot
of shit.
I'm trying to turn lemons.
Yeah, I'm coming to America. Did you know that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Living in America.
I think we're going to meet up in Vegas. I think that's what the plan is. I think.
No, Brian said that he walked his daughter down the aisle 2 weeks ago.
Oh, congratulations, Brian! If you're still listening, my friend. Congratulations.
That's what I said. That's why I made the comment about the son-in-law.
I wasn't here. I must have walked out because my son was here.
You were discussing with Captain, and you got jumbled up in the conversation.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Well, I didn't know that. Fantastic. Yeah. As your kids get older, they got to move on. They got to do their own thing, and you can't stop them. It's just part of life. They got to experience life. That's how I look at it. What are you doing, Cap?
I don't know whether he knows or not.
Nope. I have a plan. I'm going to try to make you feel a little bit better. Let's do a little. We're gonna take like a 2 or 3 minute break. I'm gonna fill up on my water, and we're gonna provide a little entertainment for our viewing audience. Upvote, subscribe to the Mr. GMT channel. You get Brian the Pipe. You get Shot making a special guest appearance, talking gold, silver, cigars, and everything else. And of course,
everything else in between.
You get Mr. GMT, and what more can you ask for? So,
and you get the captain, the captain of the ship.
You don't have to pay for shit. We don't ask for your money.
No, we don't want money. We don't want money.
Absolutely not. We hate money here on this channel.
No, money is not for us.
Money sucks, okay?
Money is the root of all evil. We don't want money. Fuck money.
You can upvote. That's all we want. And subscribe. We're actually going to ask for upvotes because GMT, you and I know. this is going to go out to the world, and we're going to get 500-600 views on this channel. So they should all subscribe, upvote.
Well, I hope they've upvoted. That's
or they can
important.
go, you know what, F themselves. All right. So I'm gonna put the interlude. I'm gonna get.
If you love the club, you love Shot, you love Brian. Upvote, guys. Upvote for them, man. They're jumping on, putting their best foot forward and going.
But it is true that his estate is still.
He is coming to America.
Yes.
It's messed up.
Is it James Brown?
Yeah.
That was weird, but interesting.
I know, right?
What do you guys think of that?
I loved it. I thought that was awesome.
That's so cool.
That was such a good. That was so good. And you know what? You can put clips like that, and if we speak over them, like if you want music and you want to talk about the music or whatever,
that's
you can do it, and they won't take you down.
Well, we'll see what happens, but it's fair use, man. We're commenting on his dancing skills, and you know, what do you guys think of Rocky? What was it, 4 or 5?
4. I loved it. I loved it. You know that I've met the Dolph Lundgren. I took a photo with him and everything. He came to one of the Comic Cons in Australia. Yeah. And
that's great. That's incredible. Holy shit.
He's a tall man. I'll tell you right now. He's huge. He's a massive guy. Fuck.
Oh, I could imagine. How are his biceps?
Oh, you know, he's old man now, but
did he
that was a few years ago. That would have been, I'll tell you how long that would have been. That would have been about maybe 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So and that's when I saw Christopher Lloyd, and I got my hat signed, my Back to the Future hat, and I took a photo in front of the time machine with Christopher Lloyd.
How old was Christopher Lloyd when you saw him?
Back then? I don't know, whatever. 8 years ago, I don't know whatever. How old is he now? Got no idea.
So you saw Christopher Lloyd and Dolph Lundgren together?
Yes, but at the same show. But Christopher Lloyd was out in front of the DeLorean taking photos and signing, and Dolph Lundgren was in a booth, and he was and then they took him to this photo booth, and he took a photo with him. It's pretty cool.
I was going to say in a street fight or in a boxing match, who would win, Christopher Lloyd? Like now, Christopher Lloyd or Dolph Lundgren, or you?
Oh, come on, Dolph Lundgren will lead him, man. Are you serious? Look at the size of the guy. Even now,
you just said he looked old, so maybe he. You know,
nah, he's not that.
Maybe he had a serious illness. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll tell you a true fact. You listen to this. True fact. Did you know that Christopher Lloyd is deaf in his left ear completely? Deaf. He can't hear anything. I did not know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Let me ask you this: could you, GMT, because you probably went up? How compared to like Dolph Lundgren? Like, where did you come? Did you come up to his belly button when you saw him, or like?
You know what? I'm going to do. I'm going to. If I know. I hope I know where my photos are, but I should go get the photos and actually show you the photo with me standing next to him, and you see how he is. But you know what? Actually, it's not going to show you the true height because he had to bend over for me.
Oh no, I don't know where this is. You walked into that one. Ooh, man. Let me ask you this, GMT. This is off the rails. GMT, let me ask you this though. Could you have kicked his ass? You know, right there.
Who, Dolph Lundgren? Are you nuts?
Well, you're in shape, man. You're a younger man. Dude, it's like saying, could you beat an 80-year-old Mike Tyson? I think the answer would be yes. Like, no,
I don't think I could. I reckon his puncher, if he just trains for about a month, I reckon, or 2 months, he'll be laying in.
I think you got the speed. Dolph Lundgren's not a professional boxer, okay? He played.
He's a martial artist. Did you know that?
Oh, I did not know that. Now you're
telling me. Yes, he's a martial artist.
All right, so you're gonna get your ass kicked. You're gonna get killed.
Exactly. You're
gonna get choked out. He'll probably kill you within 3 minutes.
Well, I'll be dead, bro. There'll be no more GMT. GMT will be in the morgue.
Okay. Apollo Creed, could you take him out?
He's dead, the guy. I'm gonna take that guy out.
There you go. Then you would. Okay, then you win. That's a win for you.
That's one win for me. All right. One loss so far.
Last one, Sylvester Stallone.
Forget it. Sylvester Stallone. At the moment, actually, if you want to fight him, if I was to fight him at the moment, I think
I could take Sly out.
At the moment, you can. I'll tell you why. He's actually got a walking stick at the moment. Did you know that?
Well,
he's walking with a walking stick because he got his vertebrae fused all up.
Yeah, but you know what? Him with the walking stick is dangerous. I take that back. Sly would crack me over the head. Sly would crack me over that head with the walking stick so fast, I would make my head not hurt.
It's fucking hilarious.
He was training for the last Rocky movie, and being his age that he was at the time, and just like he said, that workout was killer to get into that shape for the movie.
Oh yeah, it would have been crazy. Now he's, you know what I like about him? He's actually aged for his body and that, and
he's done
for
well.
The role that he's doing very well, very well.
He looks better than Arnold.
Arnold looks like shit.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know. When did you see him last? Have we got it? Can we bring some photos up, Cap? Can you get some photos, or you can't?
No, I don't.
Fuck it. Don't worry about it.
We don't want to see an old Schwarzenegger. I don't want to.
I mean, he's got the man boobs in the gut.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'd like to remember him, in his prime and Terminator days, But
even the last Terminator that he did, he looked good in that. Did you see him in the last Terminator he did?
It's probably AI.
No, that wasn't. That was before AI was even.
No, they said they did a lot of touch-up work on him.
I mean, look, remember Arnold, when he was in Pumping Iron, go back to that guy. Right?
That's a different league altogether. That's crazy.
No, I'm not going to take on Arnold anytime, but especially in his prime. Are you fucked in the head?
No, I didn't say take on. I'm just saying. I like, you want to remember these guys, these actors when they were their prime.
Van Damme and all them. Yeah.
Look at Bruce Willis, for God's sakes. I mean, Bruce Willis was huge back in the day when he did Die Hard and Die Hard with a Vengeance, and I knew him. Bruce Willis started in a sitcom, or it was not. I don't think it was a rom-com, right? Moon landing was it called? Moonlighting. That's right.
Moonlighting. I love that. I used to watch it all the time. I love it.
It was one of my favorite shows.
Also, look at Brosnan. He was in Remington Steele.
Yes, Mr. Steele. Remember that? Remington Steele.
Wow.
That's right. People don't remember that shit. And Stallone the Protect. That's the thing in the watch world that I didn't like. Like, he's selling these Grandmaster chimes. He got like a Lifetime Achievement Award, and writes to the board of Patek and goes in interviews, and this is my grail, and it's a lifetime, of collecting, blah blah blah, and then he sells it. So what that it just disappointing, man. It just I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. What do you say? That's what you say. It is what it is.
Yeah,
you can't do much about it.
I wanted to pull something up, and
Are you into photography, Cap?
Not really. I mean, other than just taking photos on my iPhone.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, I remember what I wanted to pull up. It was it was a watch, I think.
It was a watch? No way.
Yeah.
I got too many damn hobbies, man. Shit.
I think it was. What are you at, Shot, in terms of photography?
I got a new camera. I got the Nikon was it Z5?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It came out several years ago. It's still a good one. I've got
do you have a Leica? It seems like a lot of people
hell no. No.
Have these Leica cameras. I don't know what they're about.
No. I'm $3,000 to $6,000. No.
I can't imagine. Do those cameras take like dramatically better pictures than a 500?
Not that I can tell. No.
I think it's just like to say you have it, right? Like tech or
And I got this Nikon on the Christmas, deal. So,
okay, I figured out what I was going to talk about, so this is good.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, Cap. I get excited when you bring up a topic.
Yep, this is the topic. So the topic tonight was gold, one of the topics. And,
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back to it, but we're gonna go back to it with a watch.
We're going back, boys. We're going back.
So the chat has gone completely dead.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It's too late, man.
We need the European audience though, and the Aussies should step up. That's the problem.
Yeah. We've only got 5 people, 5 awesome people watching. That's all we need. That's it. Done.
Yeah. Greg may have gone to bed.
Who was that? Who was that? The other gentleman that jumped on before? I've never met him before.
He was a crypto guy. He heard me say Bitcoin, and he was from Chile. Nice guy, Claudio.
Mm-hmm.
But he started talking about. I said, "Are you interested in watches?" And he started talking about like time and space, and then he started talking about something called bit.
Yeah, another bit.
Some crypto. Look, I think these crypto. If they hear crypto, you get a lot of crypto freaks. And I'm not saying Claudia is, but I don't know where he was going with this. But like, you got to be careful with crypto people coming on and maybe wanting to promote some sort of crypto or crypto product. Because I think it might be a cult at some level.
Damn.
Not to say that there's not valid uses in it, but I mean that the crypto, especially the Bitcoin, lifers are very what the right word is, very passionate, right, about Bitcoin. And I've been solicited or by WhatsApp, random people, right, trying to sell crypto and crypto products. You got to be really careful. And again,
I wouldn't even get anywhere near. And anyone that contacts me on WhatsApp doing shit like that, I wouldn't get near them.
Well, there's legitimate people, and then there is.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, but sometimes GMT, it's kind of fun to almost fuck with these people. Like,
I can see you. I can see you doing that. I could see you doing that.
Yeah, well, you can't give them. You got to be careful about that too. But it's
you're just doing it to just ask them the questions, the right questions,
right. And sometimes it's women, and they pretend that they're women. So it's like you want to like smoke them out. It's like, oh, really? Where are you from? And ask them some questions. Whatever. And it all comes back to, and then that they're fake when they're like, then they do the sales pitch, and all of a sudden it's, hey, we can mine crypto. You want to give us money to invest in a mining company, right? Or we're going to mine crypto, mine Bitcoin. I said, yeah, sure. I'm interested to hear more. I'm like, send me the proposal, right? And they don't have it. They don't have a proposal. They don't have anything in writing. All they have is send money now. Like, here's my crypto. Then they like, oh, do you have a crypto wallet? So they just want you to like take crypto from your wallet and send it to their wallet.
Yeah, exactly.
So
but yeah,
be careful out there. That's the lesson. Is
I always look at the country code. The nation code. I always look at the nation code in the WhatsApp.
Oh yeah, that's a great point. Well, even if they're overseas,
you get a lot of the scammers that are like out of the Philippines and stuff. So
that's true. It could be anywhere though. They could set up camp. They could be in Russia. They could be in Germany. They could be. Yep. They set up camp everywhere. And as always, they may actually have a fake person that's actually can even speak to you or text, right? And they're trying to get information, and it's could be like a beard. So in other words, let's say they have a woman who's talking to you or sending you text messages. That's an employee. Behind the scenes is like some network or criminal enterprise, basically. Trying to again extract money. But we're off topic. Let's talk Omega Speedmaster. The man on the fucking moon.
Which I'm wearing right now.
Man on the moon. Man.
The thing about Omega and the
man on the fucking moon
is I refer to them as seed masters because they come out with so many different kind of copies. Every time they need some money, it's like another another Man on the Moon. Another.
I think their best release, one of the best releases lately, is the White Dial Speedmaster.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Marcelo.
It's a beautiful watch. Marcelo,
So-
is Marcelo here?
Yeah, he
Well,
just jumped
we're
in the
Oh,
chat.
hey, game Marcelo, what's going on, buddy?
So let's talk about the man. I'm hearing my voice in the background.
How come?
Hey, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, Marcelo.
Merry Christmas, Marcelo.
Let me do a check here.
So
Yeah, we're all good now. We're all good.
okay, so guys, I've been looking at these Speedies, these all gold Speedies, because compared to an all gold Daytona, to me, the value of these things is absolutely absurd. Sedna Gold Black Dial. I'm looking at this one.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. This is their Moonshine Gold with the champagne dial.
I actually like that. I actually
like that better. Yeah.
Which one? This one? Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like the rose. This one is really cool.
I like that one. That one there. That one that you got.
It's a lot higher though. You got to pay an extra $8,000 to get this.
But it is nice. It is
handed
nice.
out. It is. It is. Also, there's a yellow gold. I'm hoping to find it. There's a yellow. Here we go. I think this is the. Look at this one. Wait, where is it? There's a yellow gold. I'm afraid if I click on the photo, I think it'll bump me out. Won't it bump me out of the share?
I don't think so.
No. Sedna Gold Black. Where are we going? I'm looking for the.
Why is it gonna bump you out? I don't understand that. Why did you think that?
Look, so I'll open it. How about this one? No, terrible picture.
It's a terrible picture. Terrible.
This one here.
You like that one?
Dial.
No, because when I open it, it takes me to the page. Yeah, the green dot. Yeah, see, it takes me to the page, not and you guys know.
It leaves us behind. Motherfucker.
But so I'll have to. Okay. I'll do this now. It's gonna
the gold with the green is what you're looking at.
One of them. I'll get it back. I'll get it back.
I can't believe that it just leaves us behind like that. What the fuck?
Oh no, it's just.
Yeah, I know, disappointing. Sorry, guys. I need you look.
Pressing, man.
I need more money. I need more money.
There we go.
Yeah, we need heaps of money. What are you talking about?
Sorry, you guys are disappointed in my.
Our production level is very low.
Fuck you. All right, come on, check this out, guys. So this is more
the love, man.
48,000 Omega Speedmaster, blah blah blah, Moonshine Gold. So now this is. See, I don't like this price, man. This is too high. I know someone who got this watch. I'm not going to say who or under 30,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow gold.
Under 30,000. Fuck.
Under 30,000.
That's crazy.
And look, you get to look like this guy if you buy a watch.
Oh, that cheesy.
I'm definitely not buying it. I don't want.
All of a sudden, I'll have like this full head of brown hair. That's not bad.
With the goatee and everything, huh?
I'll take it. So, look at that. He's doing a side. What kind of shot is that? Look at this thing.
I have no earthly idea.
If that's not gay, I don't know what it is. Seriously, look at that fucking photo.
Hey, GMT, you beat me to it, brother.
No. You know what's to tell here?
Great minds think alike. It's shot.
Yeah, that's one sissy move right there.
Look at the fingertips on this guy. Like, look at the manicure that's going on. Is that I've never had nails that look this good, even when I was
got long ass fingers too.
Fucking
boosty. Yes, that's probably a model hand. That's why. I guess. Look at the fingernails on this guy.
Boosty.
This guy hasn't shoveled dirt in his life. Okay.
Boosty Malaka.
He probably lives in New York City in an apartment. He's never even seen dirt.
That's true. You're right. Hey, wait a minute. I used to live in an apartment in New York City. All right. But anyway,
you know what dirt is.
I'm learning. Yes, I have dirt all over.
Never mowed a yard.
That's true. All right. So here's the same old movement. 3861. Mm-hmm. Would you buy this watch? Given where the price of gold is, You get a full bracelet. No. I wouldn't. I'm not even ask. I'm saying, wouldn't you buy this watch for 30,000 or less?
Yeah. Yeah.
What if it had a black? Would you like a black dial on this or this green? Because I think they make one with a black dial, and obviously, you guys have seen the Panda.
No, I like the green, but you can go with a black dial or the green dial, but go with opposite colors.
But the thing is, would there be that much of a difference? Because this is a dark green by the looks of it, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It is a dark green. Mm-hmm.
It's like almost close to a friggin' brown, like a chocolate. I don't know. I don't know. There might be this photo. I don't know.
I don't see that, but okay.
Nobody.
Now that's better. That's better. Now I see it. Now that looks like it's just like a dark.
Shot. If he's seeing brown, we got problems. You have to go to an eye doctor.
No, I don't see brown now.
No. That's just a sign he needs to take a shit.
Yeah, I needed to take a shit. Fucking shit.
No,
I'm glad we've only got 6 people watching right now. Fuck me, Dad.
There'll be 500 people are going to watch this show at some level. Maybe not the whole 2.5 hours.
Maybe.
Yeah, but they'll miss this part, which is good. They'll miss it because
you have to promote the shit out of the show, GMT. That's your job.
I don't think anyone wants to watch my.
This has been a very informative, entertaining show, and we need viewers.
No, it's actually been a very good show. I've been enjoying it.
I would probably want black dial with green bezel or green dial with black bezel to give it a little more contrast.
Well, you're not going to get that.
No,
Scott, you're going off the board. I want you. Here are your choices: yellow gold, this dial, green; yellow gold, black dial, or that champagne Panda.
Champagne Panda.
Gold. No, Panda. Fucking champagne Panda. Yeah.
Okay.
Every day of the week.
Let's assume the champagne Panda is going to be 8,000 to 10,000 more than these.
Okay.
Does that change your view on which one you're going to get?
No, because I'm basing it off of aesthetics.
Yeah.
But let's say you can only buy one, and it's your money that you're putting in.
The Panda.
I'll buy the Panda. If I'm going to spend that much, I'd actually. If I need to save, I'll save a bit more and get the Panda.
Okay, so let's fair. So let's say the Panda
and I also believe that the Panda would hold value more.
Okay, I think you're right. I agree with you. Let's say that you only have $30,000. You're not going to go over the budget, and you have to get. Let's say the Panda doesn't exist. You have to get the yellow gold green or the yellow gold black, and I want to try to pull it. I want to give you guys.
In that case, I would go with the green.
I want to pull up the black.
I would go with the black.
Well, you know what they say, GMT.
Get black, you never get back, baby.
That's right. Okay, I found one. See, this is now you guys are in for a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Let's do it.
It's a good thing. That sounded weird.
GMT is weird. What the hell?
Yeah, I know.
It is weird. I'm weird. But I liked it.
The shit out.
but I liked it.
Yeah.
Let's see. GMT is my boy. You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy too, brother.
You're my brother from another.
I really can't. I can't wait to meet you guys in America, man. It'd be awesome.
Even though I got like angry, like Superman gone bad, like when you were attacking all the time. Like, oh, your watch sucks, Cap. Where'd you get that? The garbage bin?
Which watch did I say sucked? Which one?
I don't know. You were attacking all my watches.
No, it was the Hermes. It was the Hermes. I remember. Just giving you shit for that.
Yeah. But there were other, the other things you would say though. It hurt.
Which one was it? I don't know. You had to
No, I don't even know if it's about the watch. I think it was just generally. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I was giving you shit to get you to jump on.
A lot of shit.
To get you.
You referred to Cap as a boosty. Yeah.
Did I?
Probably.
Oh shit! I'll retract.
What the hell?
I'll retract that. All right.
No,
Fuck,
I gave him because I gave him shit about what some of his watches too. So it's all
it's all
good.
fair. Yeah, it's all fair.
So
I can take it, no worries, mate.
Dude, I'm just fond of the green, so I'm gonna have to share another green one with you guys. Sorry.
Fucking, you can't find the black. You know, that's why you get the black, because it's more rare.
Maybe it doesn't exist and I just made it up.
Oh,
Like
okay,
you know what I mean?
Gee, damn, it doesn't exist. 1 minute it exists, and next it doesn't. Fuck.
I know. Now you see it, now you don't.
No, you don't. No, there's a movie out at the moment called that.
Slingshot engaged.
Slingshot.
Shake and bake. Shake and bake. Shake and bake.
Is that what we're talking about here?
You know the movie? Shake and bake.
Yeah, of course.
Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby.
Shake and bake, baby.
First we shake it, and then we bake it.
Bake it. Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. Engaged. Hey, I still haven't seen the Brad Pitt, the Formula One, the F1.
Oh my God, you haven't seen that yet?
You told me to wait. Didn't you say wait until it's like free or something on?
It is free now, isn't it?
Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it on Netflix? I can't remember if it is. Yeah, I'll check for you now. Wait 1 second. I'll check. Fuck. I'll check for you now.
Thank you, GMT.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. for Cap.
Yeah, Cap's doing it.
Yeah, it is. But tomorrow I'm off, except I have training at 11. But I'll still get 7 hours, so I'm looking at.
And it's 2 a.m. for me. So what's the difference?
Exactly. So when I was in fourth grade, the teacher said, "Hey, Cat," because that was my name back then too.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "Hey, Cat, what's the difference?" It was math class, and she goes, "What's the difference between 4 and 2?" I said, "Can you repeat the question?" And she goes, "Sure, Cat." She goes, "What's the difference between 4 and 2?" So I thought about it for a little bit. I said,
What'd you say, Cap?
I said, "Hey, that's what I said, Teach. What's the difference?"
What is the difference? What are we talking about here? I'm confused.
What's the difference? Like, I didn't answer the question between the difference between 4 and 2. I said, that's what I said. I said, what's the difference? That's a joke.
And then she smacked you in the back of the head.
It's not free yet. It's not free yet, Cap. It's not free.
I don't think that my delivery is right on that one.
Yeah, and then the teacher smacked you in the back of the head. Yeah.
It's an Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, I got you.
He goes, "Hey, that's what I said." I said, "Hey, teacher, that's what I said. 4 and 2. What's the difference?" Like, I don't care. Like, what's the difference?
What's the difference?
It doesn't. It's not 4 minus 2. It's what's the difference? Like, I don't care. Anyway, he tells it obviously a lot better. Here we go. Gold Speedy.
I like that.
This is a good looking watch, guys. I'm sorry. I know someone who has it in our community, but look at that yellow. That moonshine is pretty sweet. Look at that thing. I don't know if I love the green though. Like, it's dark green.
And that would dark green, man. That's what I think it is. I don't like about it.
Yeah, and that would go with your Hulk.
Yeah, but I don't need it. Yeah.
You don't need 2 green watches,
No, I don't. So I will not get this green.
But the Hulk's not gold.
Correct.
I know it's not, but I don't want to. I think 2 green faces is too many.
Nah.
But do you like? The question is, do you like
not your favorite color?
It's not. No, I don't. But this is dark. If it's a really dark green, it's almost black. I'm not gonna get this, but I'm just saying there's a lot of value in this. Like, I like the set in the gold. Like, what do you think about this versus like a Daytona, like Oyster Flex Daytona versus all gold Speedy?
I'd rather have that. And I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
That's more legible to my eye than a Daytona.
It's also bigger at 42.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
GMT.
I don't know. It's hard. I like
But you know, the 12 o'clock with cock and balls is kind of funny.
You know what? So what are the choices again? What are the choices? Daytona.
So Oyster Flex Daytona.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Did you see that? Sorry, Marcelo. How long have you been sitting there?
Well, we're gonna end the show. I'm stopping unless you want to continue to go. Is he in the back room?
Oh,
Yeah, he
there's
left.
Dodge. Yeah, the people are coming in now.
No, I can't do it. Oh, Dodger's here.
Shit! I didn't even see Marcelo there. Fuck. Sorry, Marcelo. Sorry, man.
He was on and he jumps off.
Yeah, he was on. I checked him on, and then he jumped off.
We're gonna wrap this up anyway. We're going on 2.5 hours.
Good morning, Dodger. How you going, buddy? Hope you Merry Christmas to you and your beautiful wife.
Hope you had a wonderful Christmas, Dodge.
Merry Christmas, Dodger.
No worries.
Yeah. See, they're just getting up. I know, but it's we've been going for a while.
Well, you don't want that gay Tona anyway.
Who's gay?
So we're comparing though. But you're getting an all gold bracelet. This is going to be like 10 grand less than an Oyster Flex Daytona, and it's all gold bracelet, and you get a full gold bracelet, which is worth a lot of money. Compared to an Oyster. That you got to look at the whole picture. And an all gold Speedy is a serious watch. It's a serious piece of kit, as they say.
I like it.
I think so.
But the green is like a puke army military dark green almost. It's like, I don't know about the color, but black I could see. Because black and gold works.
I like black and gold, black and yellow, black and gold.
Yep, black and yellow. Black and yellow gold. Because I think with that Sedna black, it doesn't look as good.
Shit. I feel bad. I didn't see Marcelo then.
Don't worry about it, man.
He'll be all right.
He does 6 hours live streams. He's got his own channel.
Yeah, I know.
He's doing them on Nick now, on Nick's channel.
What?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he was doing dungeons and created such a hoopla that he got kicked.
Ooh.
Now he's over at Nick's.
Who's at Nick's? Marcelo? Oh, fuck, really? Jesus,
Yeah.
he fucking jumped over pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he had JB on, and JB was off the rails.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't watch what's next, so I don't know. I'm not a fan of that channel.
Yeah. We're on this channel right now.
Absolutely. The best channel on YouTube.
There you go. We're a satellite rogue channel of JJ's channel. Shout out to the Watch Hangout.
The Watch Hangout, boys.
Upvote, and subscribe to this channel. But this channel is basically affiliated, though not owned, by the Watch Hangout. It's sister. We're sister channels.
And run by Cap.
What? This channel?
Yeah.
Well, this particular show, but you could
the shows that have been coming is run by Cap.
I haven't done a show in like 3 months.
That's what makes it fun.
I know.
Yeah, that makes it more fun that way, man.
It's true. But I usually like to have the content for today's show is like the gifts, the Christmas, after Christmas stuff. And I was gonna show my whole collection.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah.
I would do a New Year's show, and you showed then.
Yeah, I think I'm too tired to do it now because.
Yeah, now it's too late. You started too late today, Cap. You got to be a bit more organized and let me know.
No, but on this show, it says State of the Collection, SOTC. So the idea was to show the collection and then get feedback. But you have to have a lot of people watching too to get and you guys.
If you plan it a bit better, yeah, you probably get a few more people. And if it's a bit earlier that people are still awake, you get
That's true. But I don't want that. I don't really want people to watch the show.
Nah, it's better when we're by ourselves, you know what? And then we,
Right. They can watch it later.
We can say all kinds of shit. Nobody gives a damn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. But it's like the good old days. We're giving him like a peek in the back streams.
My problem is I don't give much of a damn anyway.
That's not a problem. That's not a problem. That's an asset. You know, if you care too much, that's a problem.
Yes, correct.
What, you kind of like me coming on being a smartass and derailing the stream? And
you know what I want to talk about as well? Keep this in the back of your mind, Cap.
Listen, the goal of the stream is we can't really get demonetized because we're not monetized. So only, we don't want strikes. So
no, we don't want to strike.
We just want to have a good time and have a place to chill out, like where nobody's watching except if you know, you know.
Yeah. If you know, you know. This is the place
just our friends. You know, we're just shooting the shit. Just like normal.
I'm good at that. I'm good at that.
Yeah. What were you saying, GMT?
I want to do in the back. I just want you to keep this in thing. I want to see the different iterations of colors for the GMT Pepsi.
The Pepsi.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to do a show and just a segment of the show.
My teacher once asked me, "Hey, what's the difference between all the different variations of the GMT?" And I said, "Hey, that's what I said, teach. What's the difference?"
Difference.
Get it? Now is that fun? Is that funny?
Yeah.
Anyway, wait, we could do that. I don't know how late we want to go here. I got about
no. We won't do it now because you're sounding very tired. I can tell. I can hear it in your voice, Cap.
But I do some of my best work when I'm tired.
That's what she said.
They have pills for that.
Fatigue awareness, my friend. Fatigue.
They have pills for that.
They have pills for a lot of things, Cap.
I know. This is when we're at when you're punchy, you're funnier generally. Mm-hmm. When you're when you get like no sleep and shit, you're like that's when you're at your best sometimes.
That's when the brain disengages and you just click. Yeah.
Right. You say whatever you want. You don't give a shit. And it's entertaining. This is entertainment.
You know, I was talking.
We're in the entertainment business. I don't know, why people haven't figured this out yet, but that's what this is. Entertainment.
Funny thing is, Cap, is I was talking to somebody in their 30s about the same age as my nieces, right?
Right.
And they're like, how can you talk to this guy and asshole this, asshole that, whatever, just da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, A, we're both about the same age. 2, we're both 50 or older or pretty close to it. And we have reached the age of don't give a fuck.
That's true. That is true. You do get to that age. That is true.
Well, and the age of no filter too. It's like, which is the same thing.
I mean, Generation X never had a damn filter to begin with.
We started being, well, remember, depending upon who you talk to, some panel members, try to age people and they throw everyone in boomer category. It's like, you got to show your ID and shit. Like, do you want my license, birth certificate? What else?
The last time I had proctology
degrees,
fuck?
To prove. Why would I lie about my age? It's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Anyway, because you know what bothers me the most? Like when you're part of I am Generation X, whether you want to believe it or not. But that was our.
Am I Generation X?
That was your generation, like Zion. Like
what year were you born?
Where was Superman born on?
Krypton. 7.
Yeah, that's what your generation is.
No, but what year were you born?
75. Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
so I'm probably but the generation goes maybe 10 to 15 years. You'd have to
let's see. Cap, were you born in 66?
See, I'm not going to
McLovin. Look at this, McLovin. I look what McLovin says. GMT's a XXX.
Good shot. I don't want to get too granular on it, but I just want to, it's just when you're in that clearly in the zone of Generation X, right? Like I know someone who's, right on the cusp. So they're not Generation X, but when you're in the generation, right? I was born, I was in the grunge generation. Nirvana, Pearl Jam, all the grunge bands, right? When there actually were bands that were relevant, and U2, I started with Bono.
Oh, U2 is awesome.
Metallica.
Bono is a legend.
Oh, I love Metallica.
AC/DC.
Yeah, AC/DC was like a little young for us. Like Zeppelin was like my brother's band, right? And then when I started listening to music, it was Van Halen. It was AC/DC into Van Halen. If you're really into Black Sabbath, you're kind of like older. You're not even X anymore. You're like probably, it's all by the year, by what year you're born, but when you start listening to music, that defines the generation. So I would say we started to not give a start giving a fuck, because we were the grunge. We grew up with grunge, Seattle grunge. Rage Against the Machine.
Cap, we really didn't grow.
You remember Rage Against the Machine?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So it pisses me off if people are like, I have nothing against people who are older. I respect, we're older. So you got to respect your elders. Like the younger generation should respect the older, the X and the boomers, but not everyone is a baby boomer. You have to be over 60 plus is boomers. That's a baby boomer. That's the baby boomer generation. If you're 45
to 65. Yeah.
That's right. Your Generation X is like 45 to 60. I think that's where it sits, somewhere like that. But anyway, that's a big rant about nothing.
Absolutely. Yep. Agreed.
But it pissed me off because that defines my generation. It was the Doors that said talking. What weren't they talking about? The Who. The Doors, another great band.
Oh yeah,
right.
ZZ Top. I mean, shit.
ZZ Top, yeah, of course. Leonard Skinner.
Mm-hmm.
The list goes on and on.
Dire Straits.
Dodge. I'm a baby boomer. Well, yeah, I think it doesn't really matter because there's so many blurry lines that it doesn't really define who you are at all. It's just
my point in general is the young people that grew up with computers. I mean, we didn't necessarily grow up with them. They kind of came.
They started coming around. Yeah.
Yeah, when we were in junior high, but we weren't knee deep in them, like 4 or 5 years old, 10 maybe.
Well, right. Bill Gates and Microsoft was coming out, right, when we were growing up. And so you had like your Ataris, ColecoVision, those types of video games. You had your Asteroids and Galaga, all those, the stand-up video games.
Yeah, Space Invaders, Pac-Man.
Yeah, Space Invaders, Pac-Man. Pac-Man was huge as a kid.
Yeah.
And computers were like these gigantic things from IBM, right? These big freaking machines. Maybe someone had a computer. You were like, "Oh my God, that's a computer!" Like,
and what was a laptop?
Yeah, you got your Commodore 64. It did shit.
Yeah, that plugged into your TV.
You could type a letter on it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, GMT grew up with black and white TV, for Christ's sake.
Hey, don't fucking.
And he still doesn't have color.
That was personal fucking information I gave you, man. What the fuck are you going to tell everyone for? For fuck's sakes.
Mary, I didn't want to tell you this, but for Christmas, I'm sending you a color flat screen TV from LG. 65 inches. It was supposed to be a surprise, but I couldn't wait. You're gonna get a color television. You might go blind because you're not used to it.
You're gonna get blind?
Yeah, he might see something he doesn't want. Baby carrot.
Oh my god.
Baby carrot. Oh
Yeah.
Marcelo's baby carrot.
Yeah, see, Dodger. Now you're showing that you're a boomer. Hold on, let's pull them up. This is value for money. Guess what, baby boomer? I met Dodger very briefly, but outside of Watch Time New York. No, he was also at the dinner. So what am I saying?
Great guy.
It wasn't.
Great.
It wasn't briefly.
Yeah, he was.
It was more. It wasn't.
Well,
briefly.
I was just remembering at the event he was with Jamie, and they were going to another show, and Tanzil, and they were going to see.
You met Tan the Man as well, eh?
I did, yes, twice. Yeah, I would like to have seen all those guys this year. I'm going to Watches and Wonders.
I know Dodger's fun.
Dodger's great.
Are you going there? Are you sure you're going?
I am 90 to 95% going.
Sweet.
Oh wow, that is awesome.
I'm going. Yeah, before I die, I want to go. And not that I plan on dying. I hope I don't soon.
What
but
you talking about dying for, man? You want to get me depressed? What the fuck?
Look, it's on the bucket list. I gotta go to Watches and Wonders. So it's happening. I would have gone.
Really?
It's just a little too far. The show in Dubai Watch Week, because that looked incredible too. So it's just a little too far. I would do it, but it's far. So I'd love to go to Dubai someday, but I want to definitely.
That's a long trip for you, Cap. That's a really long trip.
Yeah, I've done it, but a while ago, and you got to be up for it. You got to be up for it. Here we go.
Fair enough.
Captain's Cold,
No.
JJ and crew. Yeah, shout out to JJ.
So how are you going to travel? Cattle car or comfortable chair?
Probably a little, maybe the next level up from cattle class.
You know what I'm talking about, yeah.
Yeah, maybe economy plus.
Yeah,
I just can't justify. Like, is that what you're talking about? Like,
yeah, no coach for you. Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't totally be like to Geneva though. I'd want more leg room.
No, I mean, like if you were going to Australia or Dubai.
I don't know, man.
Definitely want more room.
Yeah, that I'd like to get like a sleeping car, man. If I could sleep
hell yeah.
in bed, that would be rough because that's a long flight.
I'm not. That's the one thing I want to go to America, but the thing that I dread is the flight.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. You got to take like get a prescription and pop some pills when you're on the plane.
Just to knock me out while I'm on there.
Yeah. Just wake me up when I'm there.
Yeah, do a BA Baracus on him.
It's
he get injected with shit. I don't know what they inject him with.
Where they knock his ass out.
What's like the longest movie you could think of? What's the
Lord of the Rings.
So it's like you got to watch Lord of the Rings 5 times, and you're still only halfway there. To your destination.
Fuck.
It's like 18 hours.
No, they've got. If you get the extended version, because you've done an extended version, like 4.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Each the extended version.
I would want one of those sleep pods if I was doing that, but that's so expensive. Like, the price difference between sucking it up and flying economy plus or something, or cattle, and like business or first.
How you like the way I phrased that, cattle car?
Yeah, or unless you have tremendous points or whatever, and like you play in that game, or you fly a ton, right? So you're building up points. You get like an upgrade. I mean, that's one thing, but it could be 4 or 5 times or more the price of the ticket, probably more. Just to get.
It's not cheap. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. That's for sure. It is not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. That.
So anyway, I'm going to bed.
No worries, Cap. Let's end this.
All right, Cap.
Take
care.
Thank you to everyone.
TMT, chat.
Take care, Shot. Boys,
All right.
take care.
I'm gonna do the
Stay
outro.
sexy.
See you guys.
And we'll talk again soon.
All right. Have a good night.
Stay sexy.
Good night. Is there an outro?
I'm gonna do the outro, but you can,
cool.
yeah, feel free to.
All right, boys. Ciao. I'm out.
Off.
Please say hello to Ed Sheeran!
White lips, pale face, breathing in snowflake, burn lungs, I'd say. Lights gone, days end, struggling to pay rent, long nights, strange men. They say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydream, and been this way since 18. But lately the effect seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries, and they scream the worst things in life come free to us, 'cause she's just under the upper hand, goes mad for a couple grand. She don't wanna go outside tonight. He's in a pipe, she'll fly to the motherland and sell love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. For angels to fly now.
Ripped gloves, raincoat, tried to swim to stay afloat. Dry house, wet clothes. Loose change, banknotes, weary-eyed and dry throat. Cold girl with no phone. And they say she's in class 18, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. And they scream the worst things in life come free to us, 'cause we're just under the upper hand, go mad for a couple grand. She don't wanna go outside tonight, and in a pipe she fly to the motherland, sells love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fall.
Now an angel died, covered in white, with closed eyes and hoping for a better life.
This time we'll stay out tonight, straight down the line.
Straight down the line, They say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. And they scream the worst things in life come free to us, and we're all under the upper hand, go mad for a couple grand. We don't wanna go outside tonight. Is in a pipe, we'll fly to the motherland and sell love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. For angels to fly and fly, fly. For angels to fly, to fly, to fly. For angels to die.